God, I love that.
That was dope.
We were just airbanding our asses off here. I want to thank Craig Guess, who's sitting in all week.
Yeah.
And I wrote him. I'm like, hey, bro, we need a song to start the show today. He goes, how about Won't Get Fooled Again? I just started laughing because that just killed 8.5, 9 minutes of radio.
It was on for 2 miniseries.
Even Sherrod was part of the airband there at the end.
Yes, it got me in.
We dragged you right the fuck into that, man.
It's all good.
What a pompous way to start a radio show.
That is a great fucking song.
It's a talk show. I don't have really an intro for this show, so we play a song, and I'm like, yeah, let's just kill 9 minutes.
You already got like a 2.5-hour show with commercials, and then we're going to add.
Don't tell anybody.
Oh, sorry. Then you add a 9-minute song.
That was the longest.
You're giving my shit
song.
away, man.
Oh, man, that is beautiful.
Yeah, you're right. In a 3-hour show, we'd probably do about 2 hours and 25 minutes.
I said we played a song 2 more times today.
Someone suggests, was it you, Paul? We play a long song every day this week to start the show. I might dig into some yes.
I got to tell you were talking last week, 2 weeks ago, about that movie Gleason. I finally saw it.
You did?
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen it, Sherrod?
No.
Heavy.
Do you know who Steve Gleason is?
No.
Steve Gleason was a New Orleans Saint. He was a football player who has ALS and communicates with a computer that he uses his eyes to pick out the letters to form sentences.
Oh, really?
He's not moving at all. And the movie brings you through him learning that he's got Lou Gehrig's disease.
Fuck.
To the point where he's not even moving anymore. At first, he's talking and doing everything still.
He documented
Everything.
including arguments with his wife where he's incapable of speaking, and he's in a room alone with his wife and talking to her through a computer saying, I noticed you didn't look at me all today. Like, they're just having a normal argument between a couple, except he's in a wheelchair, and sometimes, you get arguments where you feel indifferent.
Right.
His wife is laying on the bed going, sorry.
Yeah.
And then he's got to take a few minutes to build up another sentence again.
Yeah.
She goes, yeah, I'm sorry, I'll change it next time.
Right.
She doesn't give a shit. And it's painful to watch.
Wow.
These people but it starts with his diagnosis, and then they've got everything documented as he slowly starts losing his ability to walk and talk.
Shit.
And
by himself.
Yeah.
Don't forget the shit
that's
by
right.
himself. That scene was brutal. I'm like, wow, they're documenting this. First time where he realized I can't do this anymore, and someone had to help him onto the toilet. And
the one that got me is he's got this relationship with his dad. His dad's his dad's really religious, like hardcore. His dad says to him, "Well, you got to get right with Jesus if you're gonna get saved." And they have arguments about his faith, and he's got this disease, and his dad, and they got this on film, convinces him to go see a faith healer, and he's already starting to feel the effects of his ALS. And they got him on camera in this church where there's a guy saying, anything that's bothering you, I'm going to heal you.
Right.
And everybody get ready to line up. And Steve's feeling it. Right, and he goes, I'm gonna run.
Yeah.
And he's struggling to get up. And he's like, I'm gonna run. And the faith healer isn't even paying attention to him. Steve goes to the corner of the church and he goes, I'm gonna run. And he goes, oh, we have our first, okay, young man, let's see you run. And he just falls on his face. He takes 3 steps and goes face first into the carpet.
In front of everybody.
And he can't physically pick himself up. And they pan over to his wife. His wife is sitting there crying. And the guy's dad is like, hey, you know what he needs to do right now? And she goes, shut the fuck up. Leave me, okay? Just shut the fuck up, all right? This is embarrassing. I couldn't believe they had that on camera.
I got to ask you, Craig, I wasn't sure if he went to the faith healer on his own or because of his dad. Yeah, because during the thing, he definitely was feeling it because he whispered to his wife, I'm going to go run. I'm going to go run in front of everybody. Yeah. But I was wondering if it was his dad saying, look, I know through faith and religion, we could heal this thing. You got to believe in what I'm telling you, and you got to come with me to this faith healer. Or was he buying into that early on?
It's a good question. I mean, I know they showed that story towards the beginning that him and his dad controlled his life through fear and God.
Right.
And so they don't really introduce whose idea it was. But I've met the guy.
Right.
He's a friend of a friend up in Seattle. Mike McCready has had Steve over to his house. So
you're talking about the Mike McCready
from Pearl Jam.
Yeah, you casually say my friend Mike McCready.
I know it's a shitty, like,
he's a nobody to me.
Yeah.
He was right not to mention his credits. Who cares?
Well, but
It's the guy from Pearl Jam.
I've seen
Jerry McCready or whatever. Who what? No.
Yeah, but I've seen Steve up at his house, and they've explained to me, hey, we have somebody at our house this week. His name's Steve Gleason. Really cool guy. He used to play professional football. And he's got ALS, and he's a friend of the family. And so I've seen him up there. And he's actually he's a funny dude. I remember Mike giving me my first introduction and saying, hey, this is Craig. He's a comedian. He does impressions. And so I'm doing impressions for him and his friends. And his friends started asking me, like, how did you learn how to do impressions? And Steve said, through his computer, Craig's family is deaf. So he probably learned how to talk by listening to TV. And I said, you know what? Steve's right. That's absolutely right. The way I learned how to do voices is my family wasn't talking, so I had to listen to TV, and I copied all the voices there on TV. And then Steve goes, my kids will probably grow up to sound like robots. And I went, oh, that's a great line.
That's strong.
Yeah. So
how bad was he when you saw him? He obviously was talking through the computer, but
yeah, he was already it's his eyes. His eyes can move, and that's it. And you can see him smiling with his eyes.
Right.
You can see him, like, give you a wink when you walk into the room. And but the thing I noticed about him is that, like, I grew up in a deaf family, so I always hated when people would tiptoe around my family and go, hi, tell your mom she looks very pretty. And it would be like this incredible sensitivity that makes it awkward for everybody. Right. And I noticed people doing it to Steve. So every time I saw Steve, I just went out of my way to go, what are you doing, man? You watching porn on the thing? Like, I just talked to him like a normal person.
And I'm sure he appreciated that.
And and he's just a funny guy. And,
I got a question that I would love answered. Why do the eyes still work? As far as the muscles in the eyes?
I don't know.
Because without that, you can't communicate at all, because he uses his eyes to pick out the letters on the screen that allows him to communicate.
I don't know, but
because everything else on him is gone.
I wonder if...
First of all, how long did it take from diagnosis to...
Oh, you don't want to know.
It's bad.
A little feeling in your leg one day, and you go to the doctor, and 9 months later, you're frozen in time.
Yeah, if you're a hypochondriac.
I think it was about 9 months. I don't think it was more than
9 months.
I want to say it was documented, like, year one, he's trying to do a triathlon.
Right.
And his wife can see that he can't lift himself up out of the water.
Right.
And he's starting to, there's like a...
Little stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like a little stutter step. There's a little bit of a physical struggle to do some things. And then they go
like motor
year 2
type of situation.
I would guess within 2 years, but I mean within the first 9 months you're losing a lot.
But here's why the guy's a hero: is that the guy can only physically move his eyes, and he's raised millions of dollars to help people like him who need the equipment that he has to communicate.
Well, but more importantly than that, go follow him on Twitter. He does more with his weekends than I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm like, how is this guy doing all this stuff?
How old is he now, by the way?
He's not that
That's
old.
That's a good question.
He's not even 4. I mean,
I would say early 30s.
Yeah, no, more than that.
Late 30s?
He retired young. I think he retired around 30, 31, 32-ish, and I think we're about 5-6 years in. So I would guess late 30s.
All I know is that whenever I would see him, he had this, like, football buddy with him who was in the documentary. Yeah. Handsome guy.
Yes.
Big, strong guy.
We had him on the phone.
Did you?
I forgot his name already.
Really charismatic,
yes.
And every girl in Mike's house wanted to fuck that guy. He was not only handsome and charismatic, but he's helping out his buddy. His buddy wants to climb mountains, and he physically carries his buddy to climb mountains.
If that's not getting you pussy.
God damn, I'm glad he's busy doing that, because he ain't got time for pussy. Yeah. Because he would get it all.
All right, this leads to something.
Holy shit.
I wanted to ask him because he was on the phone, but I felt like it would be over the line. You saw the scene in the movie where he's kind of giggling with Steve's wife. And I think it was the kitchen, and Steve's just kind of sitting there.
Yeah, I know where you're going with this.
Did you see the moment? In the film, there was a moment where it was obvious, and I think the filmmaker did that on purpose to make you wonder. They're definitely I would say almost flirting with each other, okay? Almost.
Yeah.
And Steve Gleason just sitting there in the background, you know, just frozen and looking at his screen. How does the sex thing work?
I don't know.
Does Steve Gleason tell his wife, look, you gotta stay sexually healthy, or how does that work out?
I don't know. I mean, you think about
is she having something going? Is there something going on with that guy?
See, well, there you go.
If you're mature enough in a relationship to tell your significant other, like, if anything ever happened to me, I'd want you to be happy. I wouldn't want you to.
I tell my girl to stab yourself in the pussy. Your pussy's going out with me, bitch. Stab yourself in your fucking slit, you slit.
That's beautiful.
What a romantic you are, Sherrod.
What a man.
That's why you're here.
But you
God
wonder
bless
if
you.
that has. But yeah, that little subtle moment brings up that question as you're watching it, going, I wonder what they do.
Or does she just mush her clit on his eyeball?
Oh, God.
I'll take that. I'll take one of those.
Oh, my God.
These are the questions I wanted to ask his best friend that's helping him.
I'm just thinking about the next time I'm going to see him. I'm just not going to bring up this appearance at all.
I actually love this guy.
He's good.
I love the movie, even though I got teary-eyed. And I believe it changed my life.
Mike brought him on stage.
It's one of those movies that will change your life a little bit.
He's like 39. I think he was born in 77.
You know what? I got to find the video. It's somewhere on my phone, but I have a video that Mike brought him on stage at Wrigley Field in the middle of Pearl Jam show, and he had him go and talk to the crowd and introduce a song.
Yeah.
And
wow.
Yeah. But Mike is just, I don't know. Mike is he's just a really selfless guy. He did something for me that was really, really profound and fucked up, and it's a really fucked up story. But I picked up a walking buddy that I would walk with every day, which sounds silly. The first part of the story is really silly, which is that I was at a bar. And like, I have friends who are really successful who go out of their way to not be recognized or bothered by people.
Okay.
When somebody recognizes me, I get so excited that I'm like, I want to hang out with you and be your friend.
Yeah. You got weed?
Yeah. So that happened to me. That happened to me at I'm a big Seahawks fan. I was at a Seahawks bar in Las Vegas, and this woman came up and said, hey, my husband is your biggest fan, and he's too shy to say hello to you. And I said, well, where's he at? I want to hang out with him. So I went over to sit down with him, and he's this really nice guy. He's a special ed teacher who lives in Vegas. He's really overweight. He's got a shit ton of health problems that has caused him to be swimming in debt. He was actually in a coma. And
Jesus.
He starts telling me his story.
Should they stop billing you when you're in a coma, though? Fucking assholes.
Yeah. And
it's like, charge me when I get back, man.
I think they got to stop the meter at that point.
Exactly. Yeah. Turn the meter off.
Yeah, turn the meter off. If I wake up, then you can start charging me again.
Yeah, and they start telling me this amazing story. His wife says, she goes, yeah, I would go visit him when he was in a coma, and I would play his favorite band on a boombox. Right. And he actually had a physical reaction when I played his favorite band. He actually, on one of the mornings I came to visit him, he actually had tears coming out of his eyes in a coma when she was playing his favorite band. And I went, wow, who's your favorite band? And he goes, Pearl Jam. And I went, Pearl Jam is your favorite? Do you know that I'm friends with one of the guys in Pearl Jam? He goes, yeah, I follow your Facebook page. You get to do so much cool stuff. And I instantly felt embarrassed that I haven't done anything nice to deserve fun things, you know, but I do a lot of fun things. And I haven't put anything out in the world that gives me any reason to be able to do stuff like that.
I'll say.
Yeah. Sherrod knows. He's been around me late at night. And so I started.
Keith Robinson in studio tonight.
I got the guy's phone number, and I started calling him. And every time I come to Vegas, which is like maybe once a month, once every 6 weeks, I would call him up and take him out for dinner. And I started getting really nosy about what he was doing to change his life around. And I started asking him, like, are you, like, does your doctor tell you to walk at all? And he said, yeah, but you know, I'm physically lifting kids all day, so I get really tired, so I can't.
How much does he weigh?
He's well over 300 pounds.
Pushing 4?
Yeah, pushing 4. Wow. He was well over 300 pounds.
Like a tall dude?
No, he's about my height.
Wow, that's a lot on a frame. And a lot on anyone's frame. But
so it gets to a point where in these casual dinners, even his wife starts to go, you know, Bob's really tired when he gets home. And I go, yeah, I know, but 20 minutes, Bob, you can't walk for I don't even know this guy. I'm yelling at him. And I go, look, I'll walk with you. I'll call you tomorrow when I get home to L.A., and then we'll go for a walk. I'll call you every day, and then and we'll walk and talk. I need to walk. Look at me, man. I'm getting fat, so let's just go for a walk every day. I'll give you a call. So I started calling him every day, and the first day sucked because when I got home, I was like, oh, no, I got to fucking call this. I told him I would do this nice thing for him, and now I got to go through with it.
And he's probably sitting there all excited waiting for your phone call.
Well, he was not wanting to walk either. He was like,
okay.
Yeah, I guess.
And he's like, I hope he forgets.
Yeah. And so
then you should have had an understanding, like, you don't want to walk, I don't want to walk. We'll start tomorrow.
Yeah. But we started it, and it felt good. We walked for 20 minutes, and then we started doing 30 minutes every day and work our way up to an hour. I run into Mike about a year into this relationship with this guy that I have, and I said, hey, I would normally never ask for something like this, but do you know I have a walking buddy? And he says, you have a walking buddy? I go, yeah, it's as heterosexual as it can be. But I talk to this guy every day, and we go for a walk. We played with each other's balls once. It wasn't anything. And but what
if it was the miracle cure?
Yeah,
they call it the walker's high.
He'll drop 100 pounds immediately.
But this guy is such a fan of your band that he actually had a physical reaction in a coma. His wife played your band while he was in a coma. He had a physical reaction. And again, I would never ask anybody to do this, but
he mumbled overrated.
Yeah. And I said, the next time you guys play in Vegas, is it okay if I send him to the show to meet you? And he said, yeah. And then he made a joke about, hey, maybe the band will take him for a walk. We'll have the band take him for a walk around the building. And so he said he would do that, and I was going to surprise Bob with that. And then last September, I got home from a road gig.
I swear to God, don't tell me the dude's dead.
Well, she called me up and said, I got some bad news. He's got 48 hours to live. He had another incident. He's got 48 hours to live. So I get in my car and start. I landed in L.A. I start driving straight to Vegas to go be with Bob. And I started texting Mike, and I said, Mike, I don't know if you remember, you said that you would meet a friend of mine, my walking buddy, who's a special ed teacher. He's not going to get the chance because I just got a call that he's got 40 hours to live. I'm actually in a car driving to Vegas to go be with him. But I would like you to know what he would have said to you, because he talked about you all the time.
Right.
And he didn't know that he was going to get the chance to meet you someday. So I start writing a fan letter to my buddy via, what the conversations I had with Bob. And Mike writes me back and says, what's his name? And I said, it's Bob Miles is his name. And after about 20 minutes, he started sending me videos of him playing guitar
for Bob.
He wrote music for Bob. This is the first.
What?
That's incredible.
This is the first clip right here.
All right, let me push play in this.
Hey, Bob Miles, this is Mike McCready. I got a message from my dear friend Craig Gass, and I want to send you something I'm writing for you right now. So hopefully this helps you in your journey.
And he sent me 4 clips of music that he wrote for Bob. And I called Renee and I said, hey, Renee, I'm on my way to Vegas. I'm going to be with Bob. I'm coming to be next to him. But if he can watch anything, please play this. I'm going to start sending you some clips. The guitarist of his favorite band just wrote some music for him. Mike McCready from Pearl Jam wrote some music. So I started sending her the video clips. She went to his bedside. He was still able to listen, and he was still somewhat conscious. And she said, Mike McCready from Pearl Jam wrote some music for you, and he wants you to see these messages he sent you. And he sat up in bed, and he tried to hold his eyes open because tears are pouring out of his eyes. And the last thing he saw was his favorite guitarist of his favorite band playing music for him. That's the last thing Bob saw before he went under.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's the kind of person that
Mike McCready
is. Yeah.
That's a good guy.
An incredibly selfless person. Wow. It was one of the most profound, it's the most profound thing that's ever.
You could see that Mike McCready is really depressed about what you told him.
Yeah, it meant
in this video. Well, what?
No, for real.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
Yeah.
I could tell that he's really bothered by what you told him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
because he stumbled and said on your journey. He knows.
Yeah.
He knows that his life on this earth is over.
And what do you say?
Right. How many kids does this guy leave behind?
2.
Oh, God.
Young kids?
2 teenagers. And you know what? His kids loved him. I don't know any teenagers that love their parents, and his kids adored him, which is the first thing. The first thing I picked up on in hanging out with him is like, wow, man, this guy's like such a selfless guy. He's a special ed teacher, and his kids love hanging out with him. He was just a really good dude.
God, that's a hell of a way to start a week of radio with Craig Gass.
I'll just walk out.
Sherrod Small, drop your mic and leave.
Thanks for.
I don't even know where to go after that. That's deeply depressing.
I didn't mean that.
And it turned out the doctor said the walks killed him. It was the walks the walks was too much for him. It was too much for him. His body couldn't take it.
How long were you walking with the guy?
Every day for about 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Was he losing weight or anything?
Yeah, he started losing weight, and then he started a diet that really got him losing some weight. And then he had something happen in the lining of his stomach, and he became septic.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
That's a death sentence.
That was, and they didn't know.
How long did he know? Yeah, if it takes time, then it's when you're going to be fucked.
Well, at first, he started having this episode. They took him to the hospital, and then by the time they realized he's septic, that's when it all...
And that's the 48 hours
and
right
that's
there.
The 48 hours. And then I got to get to his bedside in time to...
Fuck.
Yeah.
In time to what?
To sit, well, there was he was being supported by machines.
Right.
There is a fourth video that when I texted Mike back, I said, "Hey, Mike." Well, he texted me first because I didn't respond for an hour because I started crying.
Right.
I just started bawling when I saw the videos, and he goes, "Hey, man, did you get my videos?" And I go, "Oh my God, yes. I'm sorry. I didn't even." Honestly, I just started crying. That was incredible what you did. I'm sending the videos now, and he said, "Oh, okay. Don't send the fourth video. It's not for Bob." And then I went through all the videos, and the fourth one was Mike going, "All right, Craig, this last one is for you. You're a good guy, and that's why you deserve some lick it up." He started doing my Paul Stanley impression and started singing "Lick It Up." So when I got to the when I got to the hospital, Renee let me go be alone with Bob, and Bob's already being supported by machines. And I started talking to him, and I started playing him the video clips up to his ear, and then I said, "Bob, there's one more video that nobody knows about. Mike completely ruined a Kiss song, and I'm going to play it for you." And I started playing, and every time I play the Kiss song, he would like shake a little bit, and I go, "I know, it's fucking right? It's horrible. It makes you want to just walk right out of the hospital, right? It's terrible, right?" And every time I played that Kiss song, he would always like kind of twitch, like, "What the fuck is that?"
Right.
Like, and
you should have just done all your impressions and made it look like everybody was visiting Bob on his last day on Earth.
Bob, it's Al Pacino. I admire you, my friend. Hooah. Hey, Bob, they let black people in here. This is Tracy Morgan. I'm going to draw a ding-dong on your face. Hi, Bob, this is Gene Simmons. I hate to bring this up right now, but you owe money to the Kiss Army. Your membership is expired. If I could just get $12, if you could just sign this check. Thank you. Go to kissonline.com.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was
that's horrendous. But good for you for being a good guy, Craig Gass.
But that's the Steve Gleason story. The Steve Gleason story is that there's it created a positive effect on people around him who wanted to help other people. And you saw all his former teammates, Drew Brees. There's a bunch of, I think there wasn't what's his name from the Denver Broncos, what the hell's his name? The John Elway.
Oh God, we could have came up with Elway.
Nobody.
Yeah, all these NFL stars all came out to support his cause and help him raise money.
Right.
And the guy raised millions of dollars to help out other people like him who are suffering with ALS.
How about the one guy from the documentary who's now dead?
What?
Fuck, the guy he helped go on that trip.
Which trip?
I think it was a trip to Hawaii, I think.
Oh, that's right.
That guy's no longer with us.
That's right. Wow.
Wait, which
Oh, you gotta see this documentary. And he chose to
ruin me.
He chose to live because a lot of ALS patients they stop when it comes time for the ventilator.
Right.
And Steve Gleason said, "No, I want to live. I got a fourth, whatever how old was this kid at the time? 4 or 5, maybe 3 or 4. I forget the exact age. most people can live with ALS for a long time if they get the ventilator, but most people choose to tap out at that point because of expenses and because it's they've just had it.
Yeah, Sherrod, here's the motherfucker of the story, is that his kid is about to be born as he's getting the first stages of ALS. So he starts making these videos, like that movie My Life, which is a motherfucker of a movie.
Yeah, he's giving him advice on girls and shaving and this and that. I don't know how many hours he did. But
yeah, he just filmed a bunch of videos of him talking to his son, saying, I want you to get to know me.
Right.
And I want to just give you some advice, and I want to tell you about how you should carry yourself in the world.
Right.
I don't know when you'll be seeing this and how old you'll be when you watch this.
Kids are assholes, though.
And at that point, he didn't. He
Kid would be like this. What format is this? Beta?
Right.
I don't fucking watch this.
Mom, I gotta watch another video from Dad instead of playing Minecraft on my iPad.
Somebody dig out the Betamax on her. Watch this fucking ghost tell me something.
He'll appreciate it around
30.
Probably in his early 20s. He'll start really appreciating those videos
mid-20s.
for real.
Yeah,
he'll appreciate a couple of them here and there, but then it really will sink in later.
Definitely when he has his kid, he'll have a kid coming for himself, and then he got his fathers on video. It's gonna be great.
It's a great documentary, but it'll make you bawl if you're human. If you got any of that human in you, you're gonna fucking get teary eyed.
It's those arguments with his wife that killed me. Those arguments that we all have with our girlfriends that just, him being unable to move and arguing through a computer that takes him 5 minutes.
Imagine having an argument with your wife. She says something, you're like, oh, I'll get her.
Yeah.
But it takes you 10 minutes for your response.
And she's still yelling at you.
Oh, yeah, and she's yelling the whole time.
Yeah, you son of a bitch! You loser! Yeah, come on, let me hear what you got to say. What do you got to say? Come on! Today, Junior!
That scene was rough just because you know what kind of relationship they have. I should say have, because they're still going strong.
Right.
But I mean, sweethearts, and had the world by the balls, and then this happens, and their love really kept them going strong for those tough periods in the beginning.
They're perfect for each other.
She in that one scene, you can see that she's being worn out, by
she's got
by everything
kid.
that's going on.
She's got a small kid, and her husband's unable to.
And all he said was, "You didn't look at me today when you walked by."
Common argument. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you wouldn't even look at me when.
And what about the Eddie Vedder scene? Steve Gleason was lucky enough to interview the band for their album a couple years ago.
Their last album.
And the band came in, and he wasn't talking at this point. He gets Eddie Vedder to pretty much break down when he was talking about fathers and stuff, because Eddie Vedder never really knew his father.
Yeah, and he asked him, what kind of advice, or what would you want to know about your dad? Yeah.
Yes, that's a Vedder.
And all of a sudden, he called him Barbara Walters, and he's got a tear in his eye. He's like, I didn't know you were going to turn into Barbara Walters on me.
But there's a moment where Eddie Vedder says, you know what? That's a really profound question, especially coming from you. And Gleason, again, he can only move his eyes, and you can see the emotion in his eyes as he starts to you know that body language just from his eyeballs. Yeah, what his physical reaction to that is.
Look at that, he's with the whole band.
Yeah.
I don't think that was in the movie.
Yeah, that's their compound. And
right, I remember they had just Eddie Vedder in there, but this must be some extras or something, maybe.
Well, this was the promo for the new album. They had Steve come in and interview the whole band.
Oh, this wasn't from the movie. This was
this is a separate thing that the band used as a promo for their album release, and then he did a sit down with Vedder. Right. He did one-on-ones with Vedder, and I think with Mike.
Can I ask you a question about Pearl Jam?
Yeah.
And you don't have to answer. Does Eddie get along with the rest of the guys, or are they sort of like a business thing at this point?
I think they get along really great because, I don't know what the inner workings are in that relationship, but all five of them are really easygoing guys who remember everybody's names, and they're always super approachable. Right. It's just people.
So I should hate them. So they rich and nice? Fuck these motherfuckers.
But there's people approach Eddie differently than they approach the rest of the band, because people are like, oh my God. And so Eddie needs
Justin Timberlake.
Eddie needs a little more reinforcement between him and other people, because people get a little weird around him. But they all are, it's surprising, those five guys. I always hated that bands would break up, but I get it.
Right.
I've traveled with other comedians where you have like 4 or 5 guys on a bill, and you do like a tour, and you realize, fuck, man, there's like 1 or 2 guys that just can't just enjoy what we're doing. Like, like we're doing something super cool.
So
here.
you think that the way that people treat Eddie changes the dynamic between him and the band at all? Do they make them more protective over him, or do they make them resent him in a way?
It's my understanding that early on there were adjustments that needed to be made in terms of understanding how this relationship works, because Eddie would bail on everybody on that second tour.
Right.
And he just said, you know what? I'm going to drive a van around the country, and this is what I'm going to do. And there was I don't know how many arguments went into that, but Eddie decided he was going to drive in a van and broadcast a pirate radio show in every other city that he traveled to. He would just turn on a switch and start broadcasting. People in the parking lot would hear him doing a live radio show, playing his favorite bands. And
that's great.
Is that awesome? What kind of guy is he?
I don't know.
No, it seems like a lot of people don't really know much about Eddie.
He's funny. Yeah. I do know that when Jerry Lewis performed at the Emerald Queen Casino last summer, Eddie went and heckled him during his whole show.
Oh, really?
He heckled Jerry Lewis. Yeah.
Oh, that's too funny.
He heckled. He had like someone put him in the first or second row, and he heckled Jerry Lewis. And I got a series of text messages one day from Mike saying, it didn't make any sense. It was just, tell Craig if he could do. My friend loves acting. He thinks Al Pacino is the greatest actor of all time. Tell Craig to just really shit on him. But tell Craig whatever he does will be great. I know Craig is awesome. And then Mike sent a text saying, hey, those were text messages from Ed. He wants you to prank call his buddy.
Wow.
And I go, what? And then I reread it and I was like, he said Craig was awesome. Like, I was like, oh, man. You know, and
that's amazing.
He had me prank call one of his friends to shit on his buddy who takes Al Pacino way too seriously. So he wanted me to call him up and be a dick to him as Al Pacino and hang up on him. And so...
Do you, like, tape these things?
Sometimes. I have a prank call that I need to get from... I got Donald Trump to pick up the phone once to talk to me as Al Pacino. I got Sean Hannity to pick up a phone in the middle of his vacation.
Oh, that's great.
To talk to me. At the time, Sean Hannity had an exclusive with The Runaway Bride. For some reason, The Runaway Bride would not talk to anyone except for Sean Hannity. And Sean had an exclusive, and it was a big story at the time. And I called the some office and as Al Pacino, and the woman said, well, hold on, let me get your number. And I insisted as Al Pacino.
I want to talk to Sean. Is he available?
I had one guy, like it was like one buddy, like a Sherrod, like a Sherrod would be on the phone going, hi, this is Sherrod. I'm Al Pacino's assistant. I have Al Pacino on the phone for Sean Hannity.
Hi, Sean. Sean, is that you?
No. Oh, my God. No, Sean's on vacation.
Okay, I got to get him on the phone right fucking now.
And the woman gave us his cell phone number and said, can you just give me, he's on a boat in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
Wow.
Can you just give him 5 minutes? I'm going to let him know that you're calling. And then we waited 5 minutes. And again, it was, hi, this is Sherrod. I'm here with Al Pacino. He wants to speak with you. Please hold for Al Pacino.
Hi, Sean.
And he goes, yeah?
Listen, I got to ask you. You and I have never met each other, but I implore you, please be my friend. Why do I ask you to be my friend?
And he's not saying anything. And after 2 minutes, I can get this audio. I will get this audio before the week's over.
Oh, please.
It's a radio buddy in Atlanta who we fucked around and called a bunch of people and like, who will pick up the phone for Al Pacino?
Yeah.
And Sean finally goes, can I say something to you? When I first got the phone call that Al Pacino wanted to call me, I have to be honest with you, I thought it was a prank. But can I tell you, I love you. I adore you, sir. And
come on.
And then when we finally revealed, hey, we're just fucking around.
My God.
My radio buddy jumped in, who used to work with Sean at a radio station somewhere.
Yeah.
Sean started in radio.
Yeah.
And he said, hey, Sean, we're just busting your balls. And he goes, oh, that's great. And they said, do you mind if we keep the audio? And he goes, yeah, you have my permission. Do whatever you want.
That's awesome.
Oh, I was so thankful for that. Sean got it.
Yeah.
He really got it and had a great sense of humor about it.
He
But
gets jokes. He gets jokes.
Yeah, no, Sean gets jokes.
Donald Trump picked up the phone for Al Pacino. We got It was like, what celebrity can get anybody to pick up the phone? And then, like, I would try calling people as Tom Arnold, and nobody would pick up the phone for Tom Arnold. Like, hey, can you tell him that I got a meeting that I want to go to? I just want to know if he's still using or not, and if he needs help. Like, yeah, well, we'll take your number and call you back. And then you call back the same person.
Yeah. Hi, it's Al Pacino.
Yep, please hold. Put me right
like
through.
that.
Tom Arnold, they don't want to talk to him.
They wouldn't talk to Tom Arnold.
He's America's Tom Green.
Yeah.
Before we get too far away from Steve Gleason, this guy wants in really fast. So we got Craig Gass and Sherrod Small in studio.
Indeed.
Jeff, what do you got, buddy? Is this the Jeff from a couple weeks ago?
Hey, Craig.
Yes.
The handsome fellow that was helping Steve is Blair.
Blair.
Right.
The big guy. The big guy. Hey, Blair and Steve actually want to hear all this promotion that you guys are doing for the show, but they can't. Can you release that on your YouTube channel?
Yeah, we
do shows or
we could put the Blair interview up. That's Steve Gleason's good friend. That's really helping him live.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Steve would like to hear because y'all are promoting the shit out of this movie. Y'all are doing more than a lot of people.
I don't know about that. This movie seems to be doing very well on its own. But
oh yeah, you're promoting it. It's also up for. It's being considered as one of the top documentaries for what's the award show that's coming up?
Oscars?
Globes.
Yeah.
Could it be the Globes?
What's that show that Chris Rock does every 5 years?
Right. I don't know which one.
Yes, the Globes.
Yeah, it's one of the top 15 documentaries that's being considered for an Oscar.
Let me look at the top documentaries of 2016. I'll tell you if he has a shot or not. Okay.
All right. Let's see what we got.
I love documentaries to the point.
Bring that show back.
To the point, I saw one over the weekend just called Tree Man. On
What was it
Netflix.
about?
What is it?
Oh, it's almost embarrassing after what we just talked about for the last hour. You know the guys that sell the trees on the corners here in New York City?
Yes.
They did a documentary.
I saw the commercial for it. Yes,
They did a documentary on one of the guys. And I'm like, why am I watching this
And
shit?
his whole family, they come down from upstate every year.
No, from Quebec.
Quebec.
And I'm thinking, he's the guy that has the fucking trees. No, he's just a worker.
He's a worker. He's not.
I'm like, why are you leaving your family in Quebec for a month? 38 days, I believe. He comes down here, and then he sets up his tree stand. He's on 103rd or 104th and Broadway.
Right.
I drove by him today just to say, Francois, what's up?
Was he there?
Yes, he's there. He's been doing it for, I don't know, a really long time. And I'm thinking he's the tree man where it's his tree farm and he's getting the big profits. No, so he sets up his tree stand and then waits for the giant truck to drive up and drop his trees off for him. So he's basically a middleman. So how much money is he actually making that he's leaving his family for 38 days in Quebec?
Well, leaving your family in Quebec is already a reward.
Right.
So whatever money you get, that's extra.
So is it a good documentary?
It was, I mean, it's a New York City documentary.
I want to watch it.
A lot, I'm like, I know where that is.
What are your favorite kind of documentaries that if you know it's a subject, if it's about this, I'm watching the documentary?
I love the 30 for 30s.
Yeah, 30 for 30s.
I just saw the ABA one on the St. Louis Spirits. That was the first job Bob Costas had as a play-by-play guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had that, what was that big superstar they had? Marvin Barnes. You remember Marvin Barnes?
I don't remember Marvin.
He gave Dr. J.
Is he my uncle?
He gave Dr. J a run for his money. He was one of the best players he was probably the best player in the ABA, or very close. Well, Dr. J was in the league as well.
Right.
And they're saying even better than most of the NBA players.
Did he not switch over and win the league?
Drugs and just disciplinary actions, wanted to hang with gangsters and
some bitch
drug
didn't listen.
dealers and all
I
that
love
shit.
murder documentaries. Anything with a murder, if they can catch them by the end of the documentary.
Dear Zachary?
Well, I haven't. You know what? You've been talking about that.
Don't do it.
That's the tearjerker, right?
It's fucking brutal. All right, let me go back to Jeff. So, Jeff, here are the top documentaries of 2016. Give it to me, Paul. The Bandit. What the hell is that? An actual documentary on the movie?
The making of the Smoking the Bandits.
Making of Smoking the Bandit?
No, I didn't know that was out.
Is it really?
How cool is that?
We got to watch it in here.
Dude, I'm searching documentaries all the fucking time. I never saw that one. I mean, I never even saw it advertised.
I would love to see that.
Are you kidding? Give me this list. Print this up for me. All right, The Bandit.
What?
Keep going. You go fast. My Beautiful Broken Brain, City of Gold, Unlocking the Cage. Trapped. I don't know any of these.
I want to watch all of them.
This one was fucked up.
Oh, Tickled?
Tickled. Underground club where they get guys that need a little money to agree to be tied down and tickled.
Really?
Yes.
And rich guys tickle you.
Yes, Jeff. Go ahead.
I guarantee you there's no documentary out there that shows as raw footage as this documentary shows.
Gleason?
Is there a documentary out there where somebody's bowel and bladder function shuts down and he shows what he has to do?
Bowel and bladder function?
I mean, that's...
Oh, no, they didn't hide anything, man.
I agree.
So wait, what happens when it shuts down?
What do you mean? They got to get a bag.
Oh, that's what he's talking about. Okay.
Well,
they got to stick a finger up the asshole.
Oh, yeah, that's true, too. Yeah.
They bring a nurse in.
You buried the lead, Ope. I got to hit a finger up the asshole.
Yeah.
I forgot about the finger up the asshole.
Buried the lead, brother.
Forgot about the finger up the asshole.
Buried the finger.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's an intimate documentary.
Right,
okay. You know what? It's
go back to the list. I want to go quickly through this. All right, so Tickled is really fucked up. We could do an hour on that. Dark Horse, keep going fast here. That JT Leroy story. I'm finding out I didn't see a lot of these. My Love Don't Cross That River. The Event, keep going. The Other Side, never heard of it. No Home Movie. I guess I suck at watching documentaries. There's your boy. Gleason's at ninth place. Nuts is 8.
Is it in order? Is this in order?
Oh, the 13th Amendment. That one was good. You watched 13th yet?
I've heard about that. I heard you guys raving about that last week.
Really fucking good.
Damn, I got to watch all these.
0 Days.
What's 0 Days?
Under the Sun. Wiener.
I saw the Wiener. Wiener was great.
Really?
Yeah. It was on Showtime.
All right. Kate Plays Christine. OJ Made in America. Of course, I saw that. That was amazing.
Yes.
And then Camera Person is number 1 if this was in some kind of order.
If the Gleason...
Did that die?
Huh?
The Camera Person. I think that...
Oh, really?
I'm not sure, but...
The arguments between Steve Gleason and his wife. It's like listening to Bonnie and Rich argue if Rich was paralyzed and had to talk through a computer.
So you mean in a perfect world?
It's so...
So you're talking about Nirvana.
It's so brutal what they're allowing the public to see of their life. It is so brutal. That's a great line.
See, I can do impressions, too.
The worst.
Computer would have a lisp.
Jeff, seriously, thank you for turning us on to Blair. That was a good interview we had with him a couple weeks ago. And
if you don't mind putting it on your YouTube channel, and if you could put this episode on your YouTube channel, I'll make sure they get it. I sent you a message on Twitter, but I don't think we're friends, so I don't know.
How about you tell the guys to get some Sirius XM satellite radio?
Well, you're going to be off soon, so why would we want to do that?
Oh, man. Throwing shade. Shots fired.
Blow.
Wowzers.
I don't know what's going to happen yet.
Well, now that you got the staff crying.
Hey, thanks for taking the call.
I'm sorry. Wow. That finally got something on you. Thank you, Jeff. All right. Craig Gass in studio. The phones are lit. What's up with Sherrod's voice? Yeah, you're still sick.
I'm still
haven't explained that. I didn't even know you
I just
walk
got
in.
sick last week. I'm not sick, but I lost my voice last week.
From what? It just some virus going on?
Shit going around. My girl got sick. Everybody got sick. All the comics at the podcast and shit was sick.
Really?
Yeah.
Everybody's voice is all fucked up like yours?
No. Well, some were, yeah.
Oh?
Yeah,
Wow.
a lot of. I just saw Breuer in the hall. I think he's stopping by today. He's been sick for like a month. He told me. It seems like it's hitting all the comics.
Wow.
So I'm completely fine.
Son of a bitch.
I stink.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, I should have rested all week last week, but I didn't. I kept working.
But did you get it checked out?
Yeah.
And are they saying laryngitis or any of that shit? What are they saying?
Yeah, he just had a little laryngitis. He just like you got a tight throat.
Fuck.
Your throat's sore, so yeah. Take it easy and take some of these.
But you're not taking it easy. You're doing stand-up.
And you're talking on the radio.
I did a bunch of shows since he told me that.
Did you? And could you feel like your voice getting more fucked up as you were doing stand-up?
No, I did at the beginning of last week. Last week, like end of last week.
Okay.
Yeah.
You feel fine? Your voice just sounds shitty?
Yeah, it don't hurt anymore. But
but you feel good.
Oh yeah.
That's so.
Are you still
weird.
contagious?
No.
I wanted to.
I don't think so.
With a smart
What do I know?
I wanted to text you so bad about that Knicks playing the Cavs.
Oh, they suck.
We're not even in the same league this year as those guys.
LeBron was playing water bottle games.
He's bored.
They might as well played in jean shorts, not waste a uniform.
Fuck. Not even in the same league.
Not even close. Not even close. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
What do the Knicks need to do? Get rid of Carmelo?
Oh, that's what I've been saying for 5 to 6 years at
Doesn't
this point.
pass the ball?
You see your boy.
He's early. He's early. Michael Jordan. When Jordan was scoring all those points, he didn't get anyone else involved.
Yeah.
To win championships, you got to get the other guys involved.
Your boy took some shots at him.
Even LeBron James, he's averaging more assists this year.
Yeah.
Than usual.
Yeah.
He understands.
You got to share the rock.
You got to share it, man. If you want to win championships.
The Lee out of there, the Asian dude out of there, because he was passing the ball. It's like the Knicks don't
Jeremy Lin?
Yeah, Jeremy Lin.
Right.
Where did Lin end up?
He's now
the Nets.
He's on the Nets, and I love this kid, and I'm not watching Brooklyn Nets games for some reason.
He's great.
Is he
He's
still
a spark
good?
plug. Yes. Yes.
Still good.
We could have had him here on the Knicks as good as he was in Houston. It's like they're so stupid.
Lifelong Knicks fan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here.
It's a beat.
Forever.
It's a beating.
Forever. I've never looked at other. Well, I looked at the Celtics a little bit for a while.
And how are they doing right now? The Knicks? I'm not paying attention.
What are they? They're
Well, I mean, it was
around
like 3 games.
500, I think.
No, we're above 500.
Yeah, around, I said.
Yeah, like 3 games over.
Is
Which
that
is
about
like
right?
a record for us.
And how bad was the score? How bad did the Cavs smoke?
Oh, they beat him down. They beat him. It took one quarter to beat him.
It was never close.
Yeah, it was over in the first quarter.
14 and 10, Sherrod.
Huh?
They're 14 and 10.
So like 4 games over.
You know, I mean, the Cavs are 17 and 5. They're right there. Fuck, they're right there, but they're not.
No, we're not.
They can't compete with the Cavs.
Don't let the fucking stats fool you. We're not there.
I don't think we're there either. Fuck.
Hell no.
But at least we got the Jets. The fuck? New York sports stinks.
Well, the Giants beat my Cowboys last night.
Sherrod, did you see that picture of Mark Gastineau?
Oh, is he looking rough?
You haven't seen it?
You haven't seen it?
Oh.
No.
Let's tease it because I got to take a break anyway.
I sent it. I sent it to Opie, and Opie's response should have been the cover of the New York Post. His response was, "Get the fuck out of here."
Is he looking that bad?
I want to. No, don't show him.
I'm not looking at it. I ain't gonna look at it.
Keep your eyes closed.
I ain't gonna look at it.
Yeah.
I know his daughter's looking good, though.
This just hit. Breaking news: Rams fire Fisher after 4-9.
I knew it.
4-9 start to seseason. Lewis is happy today.
Oh, I love it. They're playing the Seahawks on Thursday. Good.
They got beat down. Jim Breuer.
Me too.
It's old homework.
It came out of nowhere. What's up, brother?
How are you, man?
We're taking a break if you want to do some radio with us, Mr.
Taking a
Breuer.
break. What are you doing?
We're taking a little break. We just talked for an hour.
Damn the break.
Can you stick through the break for a few minutes?
Yeah, well,
He's coughing too.
He's been sick too.
I've been sick for a month.
Really?
Yeah, it's been horrible.
I lost my voice.
If you
last
can't
week.
wait around, then we continue. That's what we do.
What's that?
If you can't wait around, then we continue right now.
You know, yeah.
Yeah,
You
what?
really wait around.
You can't wait around?
No. I want to get out of here.
Wait
You want to
around.
beat that traffic?
I want to beat that traffic. I live in Jersey, man. I
Jump in?
hate.
I hear you, man.
Getting out of here. I like the beard.
Oh, thanks.
Beard looks good.
Thank you, brother.
Yo, I
Rugged.
reached out to Craig. I don't know, it was like months ago.
Yeah.
I've been dying to talk to you. I've been dying to hang out. I want you. There's so many. Yeah, there's too much. To even
All right,
talk
let's do
about.
it. I know you were going to Japan or China or somewhere.
Yes, I was going to Japan. Went to Japan.
Yeah.
That was with it was my family and another family.
Brewer's the guy that will travel around the world and come back to me and go, "Who the fuck are you? People tell me they know you in Africa."
Well, I always said
It's kind of creepy, this Craig Gass. You know everybody.
listen, I don't care what anyone
He's like
says.
Zelig, too,
That's true.
man.
Yep,
He
yeah.
just pops up in photos and videos all over the place.
Craig is either
CIA?
CIA
I'll go CIA, possibly.
alien,
Alien, okay.
or he runs the rock underground world. Because that's the thing. You'll see like the biggest rock band, and I'll go, "Oh my god, this is so exciting! Oh, there's Slipknot. Is that Craig Gass on the side of it? He's the clown. Craig Gass is the clown in Slipknot."
I've given up trying to keep track with you, Craig. You pop up everywhere.
My favorite is Jim said, someone called me and said, "Jim wants to talk to you." And I said, "About what?" And they go, he'll tell you on the air. And Jim said, "I went to Africa." Africa.
Yes.
And I saw this band.
Yes.
And they were fucking rocking. I said, and they're waving to me like, "Hey, let's hang out." I'm like, "Oh, this is great." And I walked in and they go, "Hey, do you know our friend Craig Gass?" I was in Africa, like full on.
I was in Johannesburg, Africa.
They got a big rock scene over there, matter of fact.
It was crazy. Yeah, and these guys are, dude, fucking.
And they all know.
It's unbelievable. This guy, Craig Gass. Craig Gass. Yeah.
I adore Jim.
I sit down and I start Five Finger Death Punch.
Oh, yeah.
And I get into him and I turn around. He's doing a whole shtick with Five Finger Death Punch. That was really funny.
You saw
I wasn't there for that, but I saw it. It was really
I still
funny.
haven't seen the video. They were doing
You haven't seen the video?
They pay people pay money now to do like a VIP thing.
Right.
So their VIP thing also gave you a tour of the stage, and they said, "Hey, you want to do something funny with our fans?" And I said, "Yeah." And I introduced myself as the assistant to the band, and they have no idea who the fuck I am. And I'm giving them a tour, and I'm just making up shit about the bass player has this huge beard, and I said, "Does anybody know what Chris Cale used to do before he was in the band? Anybody?" No, that's incorrect. He was a UFC fighter. And then someone goes, "I knew that." And I go, "That's right. He was a UFC fighter. In fact, his jaw is so fucked up, that's why he has the beard to cover up his fucked up face." That's a true story. I was just making up shit. And
You gotta look at, watch it on YouTube. I think it's like
find
Craig
that.
Gass, Five Finger Death Punch, like tour manager.
I gotta check that out.
Like, this guy's just, he's amazing.
I would look that up, but I know I'd go to the comments and start reading negative comments.
Oh,
and
yeah, you can't read
why
comments.
would you
Yeah.
ever read comments
I don't know.
on a
You
YouTube
just like,
video?
who are the people who take time out of their day to write negative? Jim's always been big on, like, Jim will fire first before,
Oh, God, I'm
if he
bad.
has a suspicion, he'll be like, "Fuck you, you're he'll block people." Yeah.
You read comments?
Oh, dude.
No, it's like his Facebook page. He'll say,
yeah,
"Get the fuck
I come
out."
right at you.
That's what you should do.
I come right at you.
Yes, sir.
And first, what I do is I'll take a pit. First of all, I immediately investigate who they are.
Yeah, yes. So I see their family pictures and all.
I
You
see
get a
their
little dirt
family,
on them?
and then I'll go after the whole. So
Yep.
I'm looking at you, 3-year-old.
Oh no! Yes.
Clearly,
I'll drag your toddler. That's
You
right.
fucking kids.
I have brought in other family members. I have attacked the mother.
Yes.
I've gone after the mother and go, "Do you realize your son is a pompous ass? Here, let me
show you what he's
show
been
you
posting."
some of the things that my kids got to read that your son wrote to me.
Screenshot it right to him.
I
and
love that.
I tell you what, when you start involving the other family members, the sister, the son. Oh, he's got a son on Facebook. Let me write to the son. And then you
It
invite-
unravels.
That's right. Then they feel. Then it's just weird because if I shoot off something to you, like you suck, lick my ass, when you hope you get cancer, hope you die, your career's been dead for 90 years. Then what? If now all of a sudden, the worst thing you want to do is like your best friend and your sister come to you like, dude, are you? Are you attacking Jim Breuer?
Of course.
Well, he reached out to me.
Yeah.
And it's kind of dicky what you wrote.
Yeah.
Because they think no one knows about it, and they need to be held responsible.
Absolutely.
I have no respect for any moron that just lands. If you got something to say, it's fine.
Say it with
but
your
no
real
one needs
name,
to
right?
tell your friend.
Well, what about the people that
Tell
go?
your friend. What do you need to tell? Why do you have to spew hate?
What about the people that go anonymous then? And then you can't
Punks.
find.
They're
Chumps.
punks. They're straight up punks.
Yeah,
they're
just block 'em.
cowards. They're cowards.
But
They're
that
nobodies.
strategy to pull them out into a public forum and get their family and friends involved, that's the way to do it. I mean,
Correct.
people feel like they can fire shots and then...
I take
you know how many-
pictures of them
Yeah, I get
and
it.
I post them and I'll make a video go, you see this guy?
Yeah.
This guy said this about my sister and then boom, they're on them. The
Yeah.
bees
Yeah,
are on.
yeah.
And the last thing they want, or some of them want that, like, oh, dude, I had 500 people visit me today.
Yeah.
But they also want to slay you. And all it takes is one wackadoodle to now goes, I know where he lives.
Yeah. That's
And
happened on my page, too.
Now they'll think twice before just purposely being a dick.
I think that's going to backfire on you though, because there's a lot of
On me?
there's a lot of huge Jim Breuer fans, and now they know how to get Brewer to talk to him.
Yeah, but no, I have to honestly say,
fan
I got
doesn't do
cousins
that.
like that.
I didn't mean
fan
any of
doesn't
that.
do
I
that.
just wanted you to talk to my sister. She's a big fan.
no, but to be honest with you, just be dead honest. I stopped interacting probably last summer, where I'm like, you know what? What am I doing? And I had other fans going, why do you interact with this
Because
one?
you hate to see punks try to act like they can get away with bullshit.
And that's the problem.
And got a safe haven to be a fucking...
Interact with the ones that care about you.
Bitch ass.
And are real and nice. And, you know, there's plenty of those people out there.
Sure, that's true.
Plenty of
and you
that.
make their day if you retweet them or say hi to them or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, I just ended up erasing about 10 more yesterday of people that I'm going to eventually get. And I erased them yesterday. Like one moron's Facebook page was like
Brewer
the
relapsed.
Joker from Batman. Like, relapsed. Jackass.
They're trying to make this persona.
Brewer's got a hit list.
We've all.
I got a hit list.
I love it.
I get what Opie's saying. We all have people that will yell out shit during shows and will be waiting for you afterwards and go, "Hey, it's just trying to help you out, man." It's like, really?
Yeah.
You know, so I get that mentality. But when you humiliate people like that, I will always, when someone tries to bury like some kind of a shitty comment in a thread, like, "Well, that wasn't funny," I'll go, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that you're an expert in stand-up comedy. Hold on. I'm going to make a whole new thread for you, and you need to show me how to be funny on Facebook. You just teach me how to do this." And then I'll make a new thread and go, "Hey, everybody, check out Fuckface Fred from the last thread over here, who apparently is an expert in stand-up comedy. Fred, you got to show me how to do this, man. This is just teach me. Please teach me. I want to learn. Here you go, Fred." And it's 100 comments, people going, "Yeah, Fred, you piece of shit.
Fucking ass.
Yeah. I saw Fred owns a flower shop. Here's where his flower shop is." Like,
perfect.
When we had Brew Unleashed, and you would come on there.
Yep.
If we had someone that would come at me like that, I would make a whole commercial line. Like, first there was the greatest Richard Pryor, and then I'd clip. Then there was George Cohn. I played a clip of him, and now there's Tommy from Wisconsin, the funniest human being of our time, with comments like, "You eat balls, man." Sold out in the Northwest, with other comments like, "Yeah, fucking eat it, retire." He's brilliant. Fans call him brilliant. A must-see. A must-hear.
A must-hear, right.
And my favorite is stick to the comedy.
Oh, dude.
Don't stick to the comedy. It's like, it's my Facebook page. I'm not here. This isn't for you.
Exactly.
That's what I used to get, because it started with little videos. Or how about this? "I like your comedy, but this sucks." Why?
It's like the most passive-aggressive way in.
Yeah.
It's like a man arguing with his wife. "I like this, but why?"
Yeah.
It's like trying to make you be like, "I should be better than."
Just to get you worked up.
You fucking...
But it also is a sad part of life. It really is the sad part of life where, like, people are really that negative and dark.
Yeah, I didn't
I
realize.
wouldn't imagine walking up to someone going, "Show kind of sucked tonight. And, I don't think you should be doing this."
Which people would never do one-on-one when they see you. But there's something about hiding behind your Facebook page and people feel like they can do that. Yeah.
What do you think it's based on in this society that there's so many negative, dark people?
It's just
when we were
dark
growing up, we didn't. Yeah, I mean,
immaturity.
But it seems like it's been
immaturity.
It seems like it's been ramped up. When we were growing up, I mean, you had assholes, obviously, but not to this extent.
We did. We just didn't have access to it like we had with the internet. You can see people's comments.
So you think there were always this many people that were dark and negative?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
It's that mentality you have as a kid where negative attention is good attention, like negative attention. And for the first time in history, you can actually touch somebody you could never touch before. You can actually like address them and actually have them read something you have to say.
Yeah.
So people like to come over and just to get any kind of reaction, they think it's funny to say something shitty to somebody.
Right.
Yeah, remember that time, like, when being a teenager in your room, being angry at the world, and kicking shit like, "I'll show them."
Right.
Yeah. Now imagine having a computer. That's the whole country.
But the thing about it is that
Snapchat.
we all grow up and grow out of that. We all grow up and grow out
But
of
they got
that.
Arrested Development.
Have you
All
ever
these
had-
motherfuckers stuck in the past?
We're not. We're talking about people that haven't grown out of it.
Right, but have you ever had, my question was,
Facebook page. I mean, we're in the middle age, the fucking part of
youngest.
our lives now, and they're still doing that.
have you ever had somebody circle back around and say, "Hey, I said something shitty to you a few years ago"?
Yeah.
Yes, that's happened to me too.
Yeah.
I've had a few of those.
Or sometimes you'll be on the air.
I always let them off the hook. I'm like, that's all right, man.
Sometimes I'll be on the air.
Not happy with that they said some of the shit they said, but they have come forward and said and apologized.
That's true.
There's times when I've been on radio shows in the middle of the country, and then they go, "Hey, we got Dave on the phone." Dave will come in, "Hey, man, you blocked me," and I'll go, "What did you say?"
Right.
What did you?
I didn't say anything bad.
But what did you say?
Right.
It's like because your mom's deaf, and I. What the fuck? Like, well, what did you think I was gonna do? Yeah, but I don't know. It's kind of a dick move.
realize you were so sensitive.
Yeah, like my family's deaf. Why are you making fun of my family? What do you think I was gonna do? But you've had people say to you, "Hey, man, I said some shitty things."
Yeah.
You
And
let him
that's
off the
always
hook
good.
at that point?
Huh?
You let him off the hook? Or you
I like how Jim looked at you and went, "Huh?" Like he's thinking about
quite
somebody.
aggressive.
Yeah.
No, hands down.
I didn't mean it, Breuer.
No, but that's a lot. It's a lot to come up to someone and say,
Yeah.
I think
I'm
so.
sorry. That's now you're in. You know what? It's all good.
I think so.
Definitely when it's somebody that you never have to come across in real life.
Yeah.
And you come out of your way to say, hey, back then I sent you some shit.
Dane Cook has some story about his. Right after his parents died,
oh boy!
Somebody sent him an email and saying, "Your parents died because your comedy sucks."
Oh, jeez.
And then, a year or two later,
Was it the doctor?
a year or two later, he gets an email from the same email address who said, "Hey, I just want you to know." That a couple years ago, I wrote a really mean email to you, and I want to say that I'm sorry. I was going through some things at the time. This is what I was going through, and I want to say that I'm sorry. And Dane was like, wow, that's really cool. And he started to reply like, hey, thanks. And then he stopped and he said, no, you know what? Fuck this guy. And he started telling him, you know why your shit happened? It's because, and then he like wrote him some kind of a like perfect response to shit on the guy who shit on him years ago. But yeah, it's a really ridiculous time we're living in. People can touch you.
It's weird as a Dane Cook. I was just in California, right? And I never really had run-ins with him. Don't ask me. I was staying at this hotel. It's called the Pale House, right? It's kind of middle of nowhere. No one's really heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Amazing hotel in West Hollywood. Amazing. And I get there late, and I'm starving. I see a pizza. It says pizza or whatever. And I'm like, is that place open? And guys go, oh, no. So, no, really no. All right.
I can listen to Jim talk for hours. I love hearing his stories.
So I go walking over there. Place is packed. A lot of young people hanging out. I'm staring at this one's ass. Oh, my God. It shows 25 and single. And life is good. I order a quesadilla and done. I'm getting ready to walk out. And this dude with a beard, buff gorilla,
Right.
goes, hey, man. And I look up and he goes, I just want to tell you, that thing you did with your dad, man, it touched my heart. And the way he said it, I went, is that Dane Cook? And I looked at it, it was Dane.
Wow.
And I said, what do you, he goes, are you here for the whole thing with the comedian that died? I went, what are you talking about? I have no clue. He goes, yeah, all us Boston guys are over there. It was like Bill Burr.
Jesus.
And all these guys were like just 10 feet from me. I had no clue.
What?
And I get it. But that was the first time Dane has ever approached me. And he seemed really good. I feel bad for that guy, man. It's like, you know what? He was on top of the hill. Everyone wanted him down.
I shouldn't share the story, but
I think you should.
I feel
you should, Craig.
I feel bad until I look at his Instagram and see how he's living.
Somebody,
He's fine, yeah.
That's an amazing house he's got.
Yeah,
somebody,
Yeah, he's all right.
And he's on top
fine.
of a hill. He doesn't even have to deal with people. If he doesn't
Yeah, he's all
want
right.
to.
He's got his shirt off, taking pictures. Look at that.
somebody. So I was somebody.
You don't like me? Check out these decks. Sorry, Craig. Go ahead.
Somebody close,
night, motherfuckers.
somebody close to me passed away about a year ago, and Dane and I ran into each other at the Comedy Store, and we're waiting to go up in the main room, and it was me and Dane and Rich Voss shooting the shit for 45 minutes and just laughing. It was a really fun conversation, and then all of a sudden it hits me. I go, hey, you know what? Actually, this is crazy. I'm just realizing somebody really close to me passed away who was 16. Her mom is your biggest fan, and literally the only thing that gets her out of her grief is listening to you. And I'm just realizing I can actually say that to the person that makes her happy. And he goes, do you want me to make a video or something for her? And I go, sure. We went in the next room. We filmed a quick thing, and again, I don't know if I should say this, but he said, he goes, you know what's changed my life? There's a children's hospital right down the street from here. I go there once a week and I hang out with kids. If you think you have any problems at all, go to the children's hospital, hang out with some kids, and it will change everything. And I said, really? And he goes, yeah, absolutely. He goes, I go there once. It's just right down the road from here, from the Comedy Store. And I go there and I hang out with the kids there. And I was like, wow. And I will always defend that guy because of that.
Even when he said to me, he said, I wish I had that time with my dad before he went in that time. Because that was powerful what you did. So, you know what? Everyone, you look at a guy like that, he's making it to the top of the mountain. No one preps you for that.
Yeah.
No, right?
No one preps you.
Man, did he get
that.
shit on.
And
God, comics shit on him.
I'm not going to lie to you.
White comics shit on him. Black comics couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It seems like he's doing well to us.
Yeah.
He was always good to me.
If it happened to me at a young age, I would have been a dick.
Kangaroo with the leather pants.
With a lot of eyes.
I would have been walking in just as the restaurant was closing. I'm like, no, we staying open. You, shirt off, you, dinner, now.
I don't give a fuck.
You want to hear the specials? No, stupid, make it.
Right.
I gotta say,
make one of everything.
I remember being around Dane right when everything was hitting, and holy shit, that guy was a rock star. He had groupies in the comedy club, like full on. I came here to get close to Dane in a comedy club. You never see that in comedy clubs. I remember this girl came up to him and said, "Can I buy you a drink?" And he goes, I actually don't drink, so if you want to just get yourself a couple shots. She goes, okay. She ran to the bar and ordered 2 shots. She goes, this is for you. And I was like, and she was hot. She was smoking hot. And I remember just thinking, like, this is weird. And he was crushing. He was crushing every
in
night.
a comedy club, in the comedy world, that's a weird response.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even for the hottest guy to have groupies in the club. Because it makes other comics feel uncomfortable. It's like, we got to destroy this nigga.
Yeah, he's a fucking rock star in this club, man. It was at the Dublin's in Hollywood. He used to just destroy that place. Every Wednesday, that guy was a monster.
So there you go. I'm going to pee and let's get out of here.
How's the band, bro? Good?
We good. We got shows this week.
Nice.
And then we kick off in Vegas February 3rd and 4th.
Nice.
The full-blown production of the show, where it's like a one-man show.
Where are you at this week?
Like low places. Port Chester,
nice.
New York, Northampton, Massachusetts, and some, I don't know. I don't know where we are Wednesday night. Some radio things like Sick Puppies and these other bands.
JimBreuer.com, is that where all the...
I think last time Jim was in here, he realized he had a gig the next day or something. He didn't know. Remember that?
And a lot of fans came up to like, we're so glad you went on Opie. Right. And you knew you had a show. It was Terrytown.
Oh, dude. I had a meeting with a network where I came in and this agent went with me to the meeting and they said, just be funny and whatever. And I go, all right. And I sit down and someone at the network said, so who are your favorite comedians? And I go, I love Dave Chappelle. And they go, oh, yeah, we actually signed Dave to a deal a few years ago. And I go, have you seen his new stuff? And they go, no. And I go, oh, my, you haven't seen the thing that he does? Oh, dude, and I start doing 20 minutes of Chappelle jokes. And they're all laughing. And I go, yeah, oh, and he has the other. Did you see when he did the other thing? And I'm doing more Chappelle jokes. And they go, oh, man, he's my favorite. I mean, they go, yeah, well, again, we signed him a few years ago. Yeah, he's the best. And then we talked for a few minutes, and then we left. And at the elevator, my agent goes, I go, hey, how was that? And he goes, it's good. It's good. Hey, for the next meeting, maybe talk more about yourself. And I go, oh, yeah, because we're here for me. Yeah.
Not Chappelle.
Yeah.
All right.
Made him some money.
Yeah.
Made him $50 million.
I'm a fan. I'm a comedy fan.
Brewer, any other plugs? We got to take a break.
No, we're all good.
Pee. All right.
We're all good,
Craig
man.
Gass
Great to see you.
Absolutely. Craig Gass is here all week. What do you got going on?
I'm at the Kirkland Performance Center January 20th out in Seattle. And then Super Bowl is going to be in Houston. I'm performing in Houston that weekend. All the info is at getgas.com. Getgas with 2 S's.com.
And Sherrod Small.
Yes, we got Race Wars this week. Me and Kurt on, and we got the Race Wars tour starting in January 18th.
Nice.
At the DC Improv.
Nice.
The weekend of the inaugural.
Beautiful.
That's how you do it.
Oh,
Good
we going in hot. We going in hot.
Madness.
Good job.
It's going to be a good time.
Madness.
If we don't go for a redo with the Russian thing.
What?
Oh, stop. Stop.
They're asking
Meet
for
Russia.
They're asking for a redo.
Stop.
A recount?
Yeah, there's a
redo.
Stop.
Yeah, we
Would
gotta,
you rather fight Russia
They're basically-
or join forces and take over the world?
Right. They're basically saying, if Russia fucked with our election, we wouldn't allow other countries to do this, and we should have a redo.
That's sore losers talking.
Stop it. Yeah,
I really could care less.
Are we
Look,
teaming up?
McCain, other senators call for Russia inquiry. That's it. This thing has a little steam.
But even
If it's not CNN,
little steam.
But here's the real
Little
story.
action.
Not if they
Zero
tried
steam.
to change it, but did they do anything? Could they change any real results?
That's
Exactly.
Honestly, that's what they're trying to figure
do
out.
you think? Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I just played Oklahoma.
Wow. You saw a lot of red
Do you
hats.
think?
A lot of red hats.
Do you think in that sold out auditorium there was one guy going, I'll tell you this. I was on the fence with that Donald Trump character. I was on the fence. But when that Putnam sent me an email and he said, "You vote for Trump," I said, "You know what? This sumbitch from Russia's all right." Do you think one person that voted for Trump went, "You know what? I got this crazy thing about Russia. I'm in. I'm in."
What a great
He would have won no matter what.
Yeah.
Trust me.
What a
There's
great
nothing to do with being redneck or racist.
No.
It's you ask anyone, it's all about, I hate the system.
Yeah.
I don't trust anyone anymore.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. We're just sick of it. That's what people. That's
And here's the thing: even if you hate Trump,
Exactly.
you trust him.
Yeah, I trust him.
You
I
still
trust an
him.
asshole.
You trust? Yes. You
If I
trust
come
him.
out and go, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't buy from anything Chinese. I don't trust them. They eat anything. You know where I stand. A Chinese kind of guy comes out and like, "Oh, you crazy?
Yes.
You not trust me? That's okay. One day I eat you. That's all right, dude. We have an understanding. We know where we stand. I don't want a sneaky. I don't know what you're talking. What kind of deal you're
Closed
making?
door deal making. Yeah.
Dude, he's mafia. Right off the bat, he's going to two companies. You hear me? You leave this country, you're dead. You hear me? The jobs stay here. You hear what I'm saying? I cut you in at 2%. You keep these people here. You see how fat they're getting? That's because the jobs are in China. Dude.
In the middle of the night, he's just calling world leaders.
He's
calling world
that we
leaders
haven't
like
talked to
you
in
take care of the urban
forever.
community. You take care of the rich people.
the best.
You take care. You keep the jobs here. He's a maniac. Give him a chance. Give him a chance.
I agree.
Stop with the horse shit.
With that, we got to say goodbye to Breuer so you can beat some traffic. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Too good.
Come back and see us soon, Breuer.
I will.
All right, Jim will be back for a longer visit next time. Got Craig Gass and Sherrod Small, and entering the studio, the Mad Cube, and you stay right where you are. Just did an hour and a half of radio with Craig Gass and Sherrod Small.
Yeah.
Although 9 minutes of that was the Who song, so we almost made an hour and a half without a song. And now we welcome the Mad Cube and Carl.
Hello.
Into studio. Carl, I was thinking about you over the weekend because I made some linguine and red clams. Want to know how I did it?
Yeah.
Got the clams,
Okay.
scrubbed them a little bit, like you said.
Okay.
A little bit, got some of that dirt and grime off the shelves.
Good job. Right track.
Got a jar of Rayos.
All right, we're all done here.
Marinara.
We're all done.
Marinara.
Off the rail.
That's it.
and then I put a little of that.
What else did you do this weekend?
I put a little of that red pepper in there. A little red pepper.
You ruined it.
And it was delicious.
Massacre.
And also bought some swordfish from the supermarket, just like you told me to do.
All right. You're going to have an eyeball growing out of your back soon. No canned, even though Rayo's.
Rayo's
It's the
jar
best-
sauce is the best.
Well, I'll give you that. It's really good.
And I told my wife, look, I'm just fucking with you, obviously, but I'm not fucking about this point that I'm going to make. I can't even say it's mine, but taking Rayo's jar sauce, spicing it up a little bit with some balsamic and some other seasoning and
That's
a little
actually
red
smart.
pepper.
Balsamic is very smart to put in
Thank
tomato
you,
sauce.
sir. I know some things from my brother, who's a cook as well. I swear to you, my sauce that I make, which is barely my sauce because it's jar, I get it.
Right.
It's better than any fucking Italian joint in my neighborhood good on the Upper West Side. I get shitty sauce on the Upper West Side.
Upper West Side is brutal.
Really? What's going on the Upper West Side?
It's
Why are
like
they
eating
so
at a
fucked
rehab.
up?
It's a food desert.
But I would say for most of Manhattan, doing a red sauce like that is better than what you're going to get in these joints.
You got to go to the boroughs to get good red sauce.
I just want a basic red sauce. Stop fucking getting it too fancy.
So half of the places do pizza sauce, and they try to make believe it's pasta
pizza
sauce.
sauce.
And then the other half, it's, Eric Estrada back there from Puebla, Mexico, just crushing it.
I shouldn't say I hate pizza sauce. I like pizza sauce on pizza.
Yeah,
right.
But it doesn't taste the same on pasta.
It's Upper West Side. I mean, you get the nice apartment, but man, you eat like you're poor as fuck.
Really? So
Yeah,
The boroughs are better.
The boroughs crush it.
Brooklyn, Queens.
bad restaurants.
Better
on the Upper West
restaurants.
Side
It's
in
crazy.
general.
Once your
He's
rent's
right.
over $100,000 a month, there's nobody creative in there. You know what I mean? Like, there's no one taking chances, no one making.
they're just trying to make everybody happy.
Bottom line, man.
They
They
got a
gotta-
cough on them.
You got to get
Wow.
a Congo line coming through your restaurant. Or
Yeah.
You're fucked.
It's crazy.
So you can't take any chances.
Right.
But
All the good food is like, in the boroughs where you could still, kill a couple roaches and open the door and sell something good.
Right.
What are you eating right there? That thing looks
All right,
amazing.
so we did on Food Court. We did Sarah Moulton. Sarah Moulton was one of the OGs on the Food Network. Original. She's like,
Can you show me what she looks like so maybe I know who she is?
she's like 3 feet tall. She's like a little Keebler lady.
Isn't that short?
Poltergeist lady?
Yeah, man, that's fucking crazy. But she is.
I don't remember her.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
All right.
She did a cooking live show. She everyone on the Food Network owes something to her.
Yeah.
Guy, Rachel,
She's an OG.
the OG, and she trained under Jacques Pepin, which is like our Reggie Jackson. You know what I mean? Like just a monster.
Yeah.
So we made her make us an apple tart, and I snatched it up, and brought it down for Sherrod because I knew.
You ain't sharing the apple tart?
Of course I'll share
All
it.
right. I need a little sliver of
This
that.
is a really hard. It's a really hard thing to do.
The make, right?
To make.
Look at that motherfucker. I don't even know how she did it.
Like this is like real baking.
I mean,
What a great Sherrod take on anything. Look at this motherfucker.
look at the crust.
Right. I mean, look at it just perfect.
How do you get the crust and the apple?
Hey, Sherrod, I want you to meet my kids. Look at these motherfuckers.
The bacon is the hardest.
So I heard Sherrod was in the building. I was like, I gotta bring
As
something.
far as like cooking, baking is the hardest one. I think.
hardest one at that.
Oh my god! Ever since I did the show last
I
week,
would burn the shit out of that.
ever since I did the
Yes, Carl.
after I did the show
AKA
last
Mad
week,
Cuban. Yes.
all fucking week on Twitter, I've been like a fucking fat guy help desk. Everybody.
Oh, after last week.
That's good.
The
That means
best
they're
is people
listening
like,
to this shit.
what's your favorite barbecue in South Carolina? I'm like, Jim and Nick's. Yeah, me too. I'm like, what are you testing me, motherfucker?
Making
He's
friends.
I'm shutting down my pool, cuz. I don't have time to be answering your stuff.
Making new fat friends.
The text you sent me was hilarious. Can I read the text you sent me?
Which one?
That you wanted me to send to my brother, which I just realized I never sent it to
Just
him.
don't say the name on the bottom.
I won't. Oh, sorry. Mad Cuban writes, show this to your brother. I hate people. And then you got a text from one of your customers.
Yes.
Okay, I'll say that much. And it says, thank you for making our to-go order just before you closed.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry I was a bit sour, but I haven't been the same since the election, and the slightest disappointment can put me over. Looking forward to the pesto spaghetti and drunken chicken.
Delicious.
And then ciao. She's distraught over the election, so she's giving you a hard time as you're staying obviously open a little later
That's
so you
why
can get
no
an
one
order
listens
in.
to white people anymore. Rich white people, no one, they're crazy.
Do people
Brave,
tell
man.
you their problems? People can't just come in and just order food and
I
leave. They
know
have to tell you their
everybody's
issues?
problem.
Really?
I know everybody. I know who's broke.
Definitely in a small
That's like
town.
that's like Sherrod. Like when someone comes up to me before a comedy show and says, "Hey, are you the comedian? It's my birthday." And you go,
yeah.
"Oh, all right. Well, what do you want
I
me to
say
do
happy
about it?"
birthday, but
Oh,
I'm not going to involve you
Yeah.
in any way.
Yeah,
I know everything. Who's sleeping with the garbage man?
Really?
There was a black garbage guy that
Is
we
it
had.
you?
The black garbage
guy.
guy was crushing.
His name
half
is
of one
Sherrod.
street. He would come off the back of the truck. My buddy owns a garbage company.
Right.
Come off and go crush some rich white lady and come back on the truck on the other side of the block.
Nice.
Before
Take it
they
off the
made it all the way around the cul-de-sac.
Yeah, just crushing it.
That's amazing.
Meanwhile,
what
the
is
guy's
that?
like Goldman Sachs working like an animal.
Yes. You don't need those. Yeah.
Was that Patti LaBelle?
No.
I knew you would be disgusted. That's why I had to say that. I knew you'd be disgusted.
Pulled me right in.
We had a nice lady walk by the studio that I thought looked a little like Patti LaBelle.
That was Bev.
So what's in it for the driver? Well, this guy's crushing it.
I don't
Be a
think
good wingman.
yeah, I
He's
mean,
just
you're
a
all
good
boys.
wingman.
I mean, I guess if you're garbage man, I mean, you got to stick together.
Right.
You don't say, let me smell your finger to a garbage man, though, right?
Hey, there was an article we wanted to do last weekend with that text you sent me.
Right.
Could you find the one where the girls are changing their hair color and shit because Trump won?
Come on, man.
This article is crazy.
But he's not even the president yet.
Huh?
This came out.
Oh, go ahead there, Paul.
This came out today that the city's offering workers therapy to cope with Trump's induced stress.
White people.
Fucking, I mean,
This is just for white people who ain't used to losing anything.
Fuck, I can't
what do you do in
argue
Cuba,
with
man?
you.
Fidel Castro, 40 years running that shit. There's no counselors.
No.
You starved and you died right there.
Oh, you swim.
So
you
black
say-
people aren't distraught like white people over this election?
Not to get counseling from it.
Yeah.
Because we already we know how what a loss feels like. It's not new to us.
You son of a bitch. You're right, though. It's
true.
So no therapy dogs in the hood?
No.
Nah, you made it through Reagan. You can make it through Trump.
Yeah, everybody's trying to act like the next guy. And everybody remember when Reagan got elected?
Right.
Same
Same
you ask
shit.
most people, they'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about. But Reagan got elected, everybody thought it was the end of the world.
Right.
And it wasn't.
Well.
We still here, motherfucker.
I was watching the Reagan years on that CNN. This is the 80s. Wow. You forgot all the shit he had during his time.
They shot him.
He was dealing with a
Yeah,
lot of
shot.
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a bullet was one of them.
Well, sure. Which article you want? All right. Gain weight, no sex, cut your hair. It's all Trump's fault. Is this a... It
can't be real.
This is real.
No.
It's from the Post, so let's continue lightly, I guess. The disastrous effects of the Trump era are all too real. Americans are reeling in all sorts of insidious, if subtle ways. Exhibit A comes to us from Daniel Salon in D.C.'s posh DuPont Circle. Oh, DuPont Circle.
Oh, my brother has a condo there. It's really nice.
When you see that much blonde hair on the floor, you know something's going on, says colorist Nicole Butler. Those straw-colored locks lay there like the shattered hearts of America's children after the election caused a tsunami of women demanding drastic changes to their hair color, according to a breathless report. Do you think this is real? I know I keep asking the same shit, but...
It ain't real.
Longtime brunette Juliana Evans recalled storming into the drugstore where literally, without thinking, I grabbed the natural black box by Garnier. I was like, fuck it. The election dead in my soul. I think I want to do something defiant to feel stronger.
Nah, go ahead, bitch. Go make fun of yourself, bitch.
Sherrod is laying back eating pie and pulled the microphone up to his mouth so he could just laugh in this woman's face. Bitch. Fuck you. That was awesome.
And you know how we talk about women?
Grab that mic.
You know how we talk about women hating women on this show? The next line proves it. Hairdressers reported an increase in women going to extremes, either black or platinum, anything but brown. Know why they're not going brown?
Why?
Because that's Melania's color.
Melania's a smoke show. Tell that
be
Jersey troll to die in a fire.
Cannot be a real story. Do you know anyone who is reacting like this?
Well, let's try to find one on the phones. I don't want to read this whole fucking thing. One
In
lady
New York
said,
Post.
I'm upset over the outcome of the election, and you should let me go home, according to the department's Facebook page.
Come on.
That was...
They go home from work?
Yeah, I guess. I skipped ahead, but I guess they couldn't handle it. They had to go to work. Oh, she got drunk. So that's why she blew a .33 on a breath test, 4 times the legal limit. Surely Trump should at least pay her legal costs. And it goes on, man. That women are changing their looks drastically over this election.
They're still ugly.
Well, it's harder for women right now. Women really taking this loss personal.
Yeah.
The New York Post has
Yeah,
spent...
but they only have themselves to blame. If the
Yeah.
women voted for fucking Hillary, Hillary would be the president.
Yeah, but they shouldn't have voted for Hillary. But they should at least had a woman in a position that was worth voting for.
True.
You only had 80 years to have the fucking all of the votes. Motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
You got the majority of the votes.
I love adding a motherfucker at the end of any story.
You had the majority of the votes for 80 years, and you can't shut up.
On my day off, I was watching The View, and they had those monsters there talking about they closed their vagina after Trump. Did you hear that shit?
The View girls?
The View girls.
Those vaginas been
They've
closed.
never been
Joy
open.
Behar said that she closed her vagina because he was a sexist, so now she doesn't have sex. Because
Oh, she did not say that.
Pull it up. I threw up on my giant TV.
I just threw up in my mouth. I threw up in my mouth thinking of Joy Behar.
I just threw the pie.
I love her, but stop it.
Yeah.
Like, you fucking.
Sherrod crushed the apple pie. He can't even talk.
Blows his nose and grabs the mic for another motherfucker.
So let me get this straight.
Motherfucker.
How about pull it up? We found it.
Told
you. Fuck. The first one. Play this, Paul.
Watch these.
What?
My.
That's not it?
Oh, that's from 2011.
Oh, Joy Behar has a dry vagina. Oh, I guess she was just talking about a dry vagina. I just saw dry vagina, so I assumed that Carl was right.
And the Sahara's a desert. Tell us something we don't know.
Well, can we play the clip anyway? I want to hear Joy Behar talking about her dry vagina.
Having so much fun with Hugh Jackman.
Look where his hand is.
Look where his hand is now.
I can't get it out now.
And it's stuck in there. It's stuck.
Got his hand in her lap.
When you get older, you get all dry and stuff doesn't move the way it used to.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only reason things get stuck.
I understand. It's okay.
Is Hugh Jackman straight? Is he straight?
He's the Australian straight.
I know. It's
What does
hard
that
to hear
mean?
this.
Both ways?
Yeah, you think?
I don't think so.
It's hard to hear, but
He loves doing that Broadway shit and
He
stuff.
loved the Broadway.
He like tap dances.
He comes off a little, you know.
Cuban comes in talking about, I'm watching The View on my day off. What is this guy fag? What's this guy's deal?
No, because my wife leaves and she puts the fucking remote up her ass or something. She puts it in her purse. I don't know where it is.
guilty. Do you watch The Talk?
Oh, I love the talk.
You like The Talk?
Yes.
I watch it talk when Corey
Aisha's on
Feldman's
that.
on.
Yes. Aisha's on that show.
Who?
Aisha Tyler. They're comedians.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I like The
Lonnie?
Aisha's great.
Is Lonnie on there?
Lonnie Love? No, she's on the Real.
Oh, no, that's the one I watched.
He's talking about The Real.
I watched The Real, the
That's
ghetto
the
version,
ghetto of The Talk.
ghetto version of The Talk.
Which is the ghetto version of The View.
The real.
The Real.
That's what I meant, The Real, right.
Oh, I don't. They're hot though. Some of them.
Yeah.
Is that the girl from the Cosby Show right there?
No.
Yes.
The girl.
Oh,
the
no.
girl-
Tia and Tamara. Sister.
Yeah,
Sister.
sister. Right, yeah.
And then you got one of the Braxton sisters over there. Then you got
No,
fucking
she got
Adrian.
fired. I know.
Oh,
I
yeah,
know,
she's left.
I know
Left.
all about The Real.
Adrian. I did a couple shows with Adrian.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
she's
that
hot.
Asian girl,
She's a comedian?
fashion girl. No, the comedian. No, none of them. Oh, she's a comedian, Lonnie.
Okay, you've done shows with Lonnie.
I've done shows with Lonnie, and I've done shows with Adrian.
And Adrian's not a comedian.
No, she's just a TV host. She was like one of the fucking Cheetah Girls or whatever.
So she'll go up and
Disney.
try to do stand-up?
No. We did TV shows like TV.
Oh, TV
like, hosted
shows.
shit
I thought you meant,
together.
like, doing
Hosted
stand-up
entertainment
gigs.
shows together.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
She's a looker.
we did a show on Fuse before. Yeah.
The guys are talking about The Real. You don't have to tweet that out.
Yeah, that's...
We'll move on. We'll move
You're going to
on.
find a lot of hate tweets replying to that one. Thanks a lot. What happened to the show?
Show sucks. Fucking asshole. You're The View. You don't even know it. You don't even realize you're The View. Craig Gass in studio. I got one question to ask for you, and I think you sort of answered it before, but I'm not sure. You're very successful, obviously, and your parents are deaf. So how...
Whole family's deaf. Mom, dad, and my sister.
And your sister. So
That's crazy.
how do they wrap their heads around the success of your career? Because they don't understand that you do voices.
My mom's able to watch me on, like when I do network TV shows, she's able to watch it with captions because they have closed captions.
Right,
so.
But
And-
she don't understand you're great at doing voices.
Yeah, and she still refers to my stand-up. She goes, "When are you?" She'll sign to me and she'll say, "When are you doing your play?" And I go, "I don't do plays. I do stand-up." Like she calls it my plays, but I would always do impressions for my family that involved no voices, and it would just be body language. Which is why when I do voices now, I don't think about the voice. I think about the person and their body language. Like Adam Sandler's, he's very nervous, and it's very whimsical. And Al Pacino
Just stares
Holy shit.
right the fuck through you. Forget about that.
More than the voice, I think about the person. And
That Kevin wants some popcorn. Fuck, and that was awesome.
I said I want some fucking pie. Hoo-ah.
Holy shit.
But
amazing?
dude, you want to hear a fucking great Al Pacino story? And again, I don't know if I'm supposed to. But I worked.
I'm a big fan of the. I'm not sure if I should be telling you that.
I worked on a TV show with Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin, who does impressions too. He does great impressions.
I like his Trump.
Yeah, his Trump.
I know Trump doesn't like his Trump, but I like his Trump.
Did I ever tell you that story about that Alec Baldwin told me about how he almost got in a fight with Al Pacino? I didn't tell you that story?
I don't think so.
He would do, like, every day on the show that we worked on, it was called Las Vegas, with James Caan and Alec Baldwin and I. We robbed the casino together. And every day, Alec and Judah will tell you the same thing, that Alec is a really supportive guy of comedians. Alec Baldwin has shown up to see Judah do stand-up by himself. He'll take a cab and just sit in the crowd and watch Judah do a set and go back home. Yeah. And every day, he'd come find me and he'd go, "Can I hear some more of your Al Pacino? I love your Al Pacino. I want to hear some more of your Al Pacino."
That's a great Alec Baldwin.
And I go, "Yeah, but real quick," I go, "These are my friends. Do you mind doing your Tony Bennett for my friends?" And he does this spot on. He'll grab an empty martini glass and go, "Yeah, I'll tell you what. I used to date Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe was a real foxy lady. I once made love to Marilyn for up to 12 hours until the paramedics came along and said, 'Tony, she's gone.'" It was this really dark humor.
You're Tony Bennett's
But this story is fucking insane that he told me. He said, "I got to get you a copy of this script. I was in a play about Al Pacino, and I almost got beat up because of it." And he kept telling me, "I got to tell you a story." And he finally told me the story that apparently Alec Baldwin starred in a one-man show about Al Pacino's life that was written by a former best friend of Al Pacino's.
Oh, that's shade.
And the former best friend revealed a lot of personal information about Al's life that Al didn't want people to know about.
He liked butt play. It's a butt play?
I don't know what it was, but
butt play.
Whatever.
Butt play.
You're going to go with butt play?
I'm going with butt play.
Whatever it was,
Sherrod.
whatever it was, Baldwin says that everywhere he goes, people keep coming up to him going, "Hey, I don't know what's going on, but I just saw Al Pacino at an event last week. He said the next time he sees you, he's going to kick your ass." And I don't know what that's about, but he keeps hearing these messages from people. And then he says, "So one day, I'm in my apartment building in Los Angeles. The elevator door opens up. Who's in the elevator, Craig? It's Al Pacino, Beverly D'Angelo, and a real estate broker. They're looking for an apartment in my building." And he said as soon as the elevator door opened up, Al Pacino looked at him and went,
"Oh, Jesus. Here we go. Here we go."
Beverly D'Angelo, completely clueless, gets off the elevator and goes, "Alec! Oh my God, look who it is! It's Alec! We were just talking about you. You're so political. You should be a president or something. Weren't we saying that, Al? Weren't we saying that about him?" And he said the whole time, Pacino's looking at him going,
"Who, this guy? Yeah. You just do anything you want, don't you, Alec? You just do anything you want."
And Beverly D'Angelo, clueless, goes walking down the hallway with a real estate broker in tow, and Al Pacino eyeballs him as he walks past him. And Alec goes, "Al, can I talk to you for 1 second?" And he goes,
"What, you got something you got to say to me? The fuck you got to say to me, Alec?"
He goes, "Listen, I know you know about the play." And he says,
"Play? You were in the play. Tell me about your fruity little play. I'm dying to hear about your little fucking play, Alec."
Holy shit. And he goes, "Listen, I know you know about the play, and I just want to tell you 3 things. Number 1, I was only going to do the show for 3 weeks. Number 2, I wasn't going to do it in your backyard. I was only going to do it in New York City. And number 3, and this is the truth, I've never had more fun than I did playing you. And that's the truth." And he said, Al Pacino looked and went,
"Alec, how in the fuck can you have fun being me? Because I'm miserable. I'm fucking miserable."
And they worked it out, and he got, and
wow,
they became friends.
Wow.
But Pacino reveals to him,
"I'm fucking miserable, Alec. My life is fucking miserable.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a
I
great
believe it,
story.
too.
You believe it?
Damn,
huh?
that was good.
That is a very good story.
Alec is a big supporter of stand-up comics and a really funny guy.
Right.
He's always
Fuck,
like,
you're talented. What the fuck am I doing here?
just need to make your whole family deaf.
You want to go a piece of pie? I literally
Come
feel
here, piece of that.
Retarded. Make your whole family deaf. And you can have it.
Come here,
Same
pizza
fun
pie.
scale.
Yeah.
This is how I feel like when I talk to my brother as like a doctor. I'm like, I'm a fucking mouth-breathing retard. I thought Al Pacino was here. I'm not stupid.
That's what I feel when I'm around
Pretty
cops
amazed. You were pretty amazed right there.
or military people. I feel like I'm a fucking dipshit.
Yeah.
You know, do military tours.
You want some
Yeah.
pie? Would you like some pie, sir?
I'm not a big pie
yeah,
fan,
man.
but this sandwich is awesome.
I need a piece of that. Let
You
me
need
say
a
hi to
piece of
Dean
pie.
in Utah as you cut that up. Dean, go ahead.
So buttery, that
I'm
crust.
so stupid.
Dean.
Yeah, I really love Craig's impressions, and Sherrod's impression of Cat Williams is fucking killing me.
What's my impression? I punched a kid in the face?
Motherfucker. Motherfucker. Who this motherfucker?
Wow.
This motherfucker right here.
It's perfection.
Wow, wait. You going to have
So
pieces, Craig?
good.
Nah, I'm not a big pie fan.
It's a tart.
Could you eat it like Al Pacino?
Yeah, now I changed my whole appetite.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Who's your...
I can't do shit like that.
That's so
What's your
funny.
most obscure impression again? The one a lot of people don't do. Or...
There's, well...
He does Mrs. Johnson in Apartment 3E.
I've had people do that. I've had people come up like, "Hey, I do this impression," and my friend Dave, he's always saying, "Not today, you're not." It's just like that. It's just like that. If you do Dave, you know, it's just not like that. You know? But if you do, but yeah, there's always like the Tom. This is so ridiculous, but the Tom Snyder. Who was that his name? Tom Snyder used to do the late night.
Oh, yeah, with the gray hair?
Yeah, the gray hair. And that was just, you could teach anyone how to do it. You come out of a big laugh right into a question and you go, let me ask you something. And that's the whole impression. Or Mark Wahlberg is just a lame, like just be out of breath and just breathe heavy and go, I'll tell you right now, buddy. I'll tell you right now, you better watch out because I'll be on your back right now. Come on, feel it. Feel the vibration. That's just like the worst, useless impression ever.
Like a mouth music magician or some shit.
That was great.
I love your amazement. You're like a kid right
He's like
now.
that Barnum and Bailey circus.
I got to work on a Mark Gastineau impression so we can have that story because,
do that.
Sherrod, you're not going to believe this.
So Craig,
Cuban, you know who Mark Gastineau is, right?
Yeah, sure.
Now, you know, I always say the Joe Klecko knees thing because he was playing with Gastineau. He's a mess. I mean, he can barely walk.
dude,
But this is worse.
way worse. Craig Gass, he texted this over the weekend. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Okay, I want
The
to see
Gastineau
it.
Girls was one of my
first
favorite
of all,
shows.
Gastineau, good-looking guy when he was playing
Very
with the
good-looking
long
guy.
hair, and he was a rock star. Look what he looks like today. You're not going to believe this.
Oh, my God, wait.
Oh, boy.
Mark Gastineau.
No. Oh, you know what? I guess we got
And
to...
I don't know why you can't find it.
All
like,
right,
I thought
hold
that
on.
would... I don't know how that's not the biggest story.
No, Paul, I'll
In
send it
sports.
to you.
Is that him now?
That's him then.
No,
That's him.
Paul,
I
I'll
saw him
send
like
it to
that
you.
now.
Mark Gastineau just appeared on some random show on the NFL Network last Thursday or Friday as they were... It was some package deal where they were looking at football from the 80s or something, and they had a brief thing with Gastineau, and he shows up without any explanation. Without, hey, I know this is weird, but I'm Mark Gastineau. Like, there's no explanation. They just put his name underneath his face, and you go, what?
No,
That's Mark Gastineau?
This picture is not up in the Google Images yet.
Look how huge he was in that picture down there. God.
I just sent it to Paul.
a fucking tree trunk.
He'll get it up on the big screen.
He's about to pull it up.
too. Yeah,
But it is...
you're gonna be blown away.
It's breathtaking.
I know. Does he
couldn't
look as
believe-
bad as Bridget Nielsen?
Oh my God! There you.
Sherrod.
What? Oh, boy.
Oh, fuck.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
That's
you know
Mark
what, though?
Gastineau.
Mark
He still
Gastineau.
got me by a little, though. I mean, he's not that bad. He's got hair and shit.
That's
What?
bad.
That's not that bad?
I think he does look like he was in a fire.
No, he got brain swelling. This is internal cranium swelling.
Like tumor shit?
I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on with
Mark
him.
Gastineau was chiseled. And there he is.
Yeah. There you go.
He was chiseled.
There you go. I Instagrammed this a couple days ago. Thanks to
Why
Craig
do
Gass.
old white dudes grow into old lesbians?
People were saying he looks like Meatloaf.
Wow.
Maybe
Meatloaf action?
Rocky Horror Picture Show Meatloaf.
Or a Harry Potter villain.
Or Louis Anderson. He kind of...
Louis Anderson.
Hey, it's me, Mark Gastineau. Hey, guys, remember me? I used to play football. Oh, boy. I was good, too. Yeah. I used to fuck Bridget Nielsen. Now I like to stick my dick into donuts. You like fucking donuts? Donuts are the best. Oh, boy, I like to get some chocolate, rub it all over my tits. Boy, I used to really take guys down really hard. Yeah. Oh, man. I ate a lot since the last time you saw me. Hey, everybody. Oh, boy, this picture doesn't look too good.
Holy shit, I got no fucking business being here.
Right, what the hey!
Funny, dude. Holy
Hey, it's Mark Gastineau. You guys want some French fries? Let's get some French fries.
That's making me lightheaded.
Oh, my God. My chest hurts.
What happened to him? I need to know now.
He's got cancer.
I don't know if that's cancer. I don't know what it is. We just tweeted out the picture. If you follow us on the show Twitter, it's Opie
Something
Show.
took a hard left, though.
That's a hard left, right?
I did hear that he had cancer.
Well,
yeah, that's a cancer face.
Don't make any jokes, guys. One of my testicles is missing. Hey.
Remember when he tried out, he started boxing?
Yeah.
I think that was like right after his career ended, right?
His
Early
daughter's
90s?
still
Yeah.
He got cute daughters, man.
Cute daughters.
Oh, I look like Butterbean now, huh? Yeah.
Wow.
He must have got every girl back in the day.
Yeah,
He
look at
did.
that.
And you know what? There's something
That's the girl.
likable about him, a big, heavy Mark Gastineau. He just something about him looks playful and enjoyable.
I don't care that he's heavy and gained a few pounds. It's the face.
Look at the size of that.
Wow, look at how chiseled he was.
Unbelievable.
What show is this?
Dick Cavett.
Dick Cavett.
From, I don't know what year. 1986.
Looks like
30
a
years ago.
trimmed up Hulk. He's just all muscles.
Either like Rambo, but more diesel.
Is that steroids? Is that what happened to him? Like,
Maybe
I mean, he's so.
Maybe it's a
think so.
steroid thing, man.
Maybe.
He's got cancer face.
Yeah, because he's after the Lyle Zado era, right? And Lyle died.
I believe so, yeah.
Lyle died from the negative effects of steroids, right? Didn't he?
Was it? Yeah, I guess that did take him down.
He had some brain cancer, right?
Yeah, he's got all
That's what
that.
took him out.
Yeah, he's got everything.
But that looked like swelling because he was skinnier. He was skinnier than that. Like into like brain and face and like chemo-y.
Yeah, he got the
Chemo swell.
Right. Hey, so
I just went through that shit.
So, do your parents understand like a stand-up that's not funny, or do they have their favorites?
Yeah, there's
How does that translate? I'm so curious.
You know, as a kid, my grandfather and I would watch George Carlin, and I remember my grandfather watching Sam Kinison and just going, "Wow!" I was like 13, 14, going, "I don't get it. Like, I don't understand the anger." You know, I look back now and I go, "Oh my God, the guy was a genius."
Right, I see what he's saying. That was a different generation.
Yeah, but I mean, and there's great examples of that. You know, Sam's I told you the Hitler. Somebody sent me a tape of him doing the old Hitler joke that he used to do. And he go, you know, folks, I know that it was Nostradamus. Here's a guy who, during his time, was able to predict major world events. He was able to predict major world wars. Even predicted the rise of Hitler, and he almost named the fucking guy. He almost named Hitler. Which, if you know anything about the story of Nostradamus, he said the great Hister will rise in the East, and the time frame was the same time frame that Hitler came out. And I'm reading this. I'm going, wow, it's very fascinating. It's very fascinating. But I'm going, wait a second. What if history hasn't shown up yet? What if this is the guy that's going to make Hitler look like a pussy? Oh, 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 folks. So I would watch that with my grandfather, and then my mom would come in. We'd have the captions on. And my mom would be like, she wouldn't get it. Wasn't her like. it doesn't translate as well to deaf people.
Yeah.
And deaf people have their own like culture and their own, which is why so many of them are resistant to cochlear implants, because they say we want to save our culture. We don't want to.
Do you understand that?
I do. I didn't at first until
if you're able to hear, I don't know how you say no, man. I'm good where I'm at.
I can see it.
I remember.
You can see it.
I can see people doing that.
My mom said early on, she said, I don't want to do that because I want to be just hearing noise all the time. And I remember thinking, like, is that really like what you feel? Or is it kind of like when like a comedian, when a show tanks, you get a network show and you go, you know what? I didn't like the show anyway. So I'm happier. Like, I'd rather be not be on TV than be on the shit show. And you're like, really? You'd rather not be on TV at all? So I never thought I believed my mom until I saw Miss America, the deaf Miss America, say, I got my cochlear implants and I just went crazy. I remember being in a car on a road trip and I kept hearing this noise and I said, what is that noise? And my husband didn't know what I was talking about. And I said, what? I hear something. It's a sound. And it was one of her kids chewing gum and it was driving her up the fucking wall.
Better do it.
And I get motherfucker.
Close your mouth when you chew, you fucking little goat.
Sherrod should be on every counseling session. Sherrod can get right to the point of everything.
Fucking goat.
I would assume there's an
counselor.
adjustment period where stuff like that, you're like, holy fuck, and then maybe that stuff starts calming down, or
but there is a culture amongst deaf people that that they want to preserve, and they're very anti. There was a guy who took over Gallaudet University, where my sister went to school. Gallaudet's a big deaf university, and they had someone take over the school who was hearing. And everyone was like, fuck that. And they all revolted. Like, we need a deaf person running this school. And they did. And they revolted.
And they got him out.
And they got him out, yeah.
It's like hearing really matters to us who hear.
True.
When you don't hear, it matters more to us than to them.
Sure.
That's a really good point.
You can't imagine not having your hearing. So if it's someone that is deaf, you just would think they'd want to hear.
I can imagine not having it and then having it and be like, this is annoying as shit.
Sure.
But the one thing I learned, it was weird, is that everybody felt sensitive about my family, and they weren't even part of my family. They'd feel like, oh, you don't want to make any jokes or, say the wrong thing. And meanwhile, the most fucked up deaf jokes I've ever heard were from my own
that's
family.
Always the case.
Yeah. I told you that my sister, we had a surprise birthday party for her over the summer, and I took her out to dinner, and at dinner she's signing to me and she said, do you want to hear a good joke? And I said, sure. And she goes, me too. And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? Wow. Wow, that is fucked up.
What else are they against? Besides maybe the obvious stuff, I guess.
I can't think of anything else. I mean, I would hear like insensitive, fucked up jokes as a kid that kids would make fun of my family. And I wouldn't. It was just kind of like, all right.
How many fights?
I never got in a lot of fights. You know why? Because I didn't get in fights because I was like, is this dude stupid? It's like, it's like there's nothing I'm going to prove by getting in a fight with you. It's like your
sister's older than you.
My sister would beat the shit out of people.
That's what the difference
My
was.
sister had the worst fucking.
She was older though, but if she was younger and deaf and somebody making fun of him,
forget
you would
she would fucking unload on people.
Now, who are some of their top comics then?
They didn't like
deaf people in general.
Carrot Top.
Holy shit.
His suitcase got
You
know what?
I didn't see that coming.
You know what?
I got blindsided. I was deaf for a second, and I started hearing
Motherfucker. Carrot Top. Come on, deaf people. He's showing you the joke, motherfucker. Come on. I get it. I know you do too. You just got to look at the joke, motherfucker.
It's a suitcase with rollerblades on. What's up to get?
That's funny. That's a visual aid, motherfucker.
No closed caption needed.
Deaf people honestly are not that big into stand-up comedy. They like music. They go to concerts. And they like feeling the vibration. My mom,
I've heard that.
When I was a kid, like, oh, Mom, this band Guns N' Roses. And she would like put her hand on the speaker and feel the vibration and be like, wow, and I remember when Prince put out his first album after Purple Rain? He went and did a show at Gallaudet University. He debuted all his music at a deaf university and played a concert, and the room was packed full of deaf people, just vibing off of the vibrations.
Now, is any surprise, Craig, that you love rock and roll music and you grew up with a deaf family? You could blast the shit anytime you want it.
And that's funny because most people think, oh, your house must have been really quiet. And it's like, no, it was the loudest house. And I'm sorry to say, I cursed at my mom. I'm like, she had her back to me, and I could,
That's a kid's dream. I'm always telling my kids, shut up. But you're walking around the house, you can make any noise you want.
Yeah, there's a lot of
you can be throwing pans.
I was always somebody who would push teachers as a kid to the point of like, all right, your mom has to come down and we need to talk to her. This is an issue. But they needed me in the room
to
translate everything. So I would be sitting in a room full of teachers and my principal, and they go, okay, so tell your mother that the reason why we're here is because you're having some behavior problems. And I look at her and go,
I'm the valedictorian.
Okay. So they're saying that although they think I'm a really good student, there's some small things we need to work on. And that's awesome. And my mom would nod her head, and they'd look at her, and they'd look at me and go, okay, now tell her. And I was lying through my teeth. Everything I said was an edit. It was just an edit. Like, all right, clearly she wouldn't be here if I'm, a perfect student.
Wouldn't it have been easier if they wrote it down and handed the piece of paper to your parents?
I would have been dead.
Or was that insulting to them?
Oh. No, my mom will usually write something down. Well, my mom is actually... She's really easy to understand, so she'll say, I'm deaf, and, my sister's harder to understand. A big part of a deaf person's education is speech, and hours a day of grabbing your hand, putting it on my throat, and saying, door, and so you can feel how that's supposed to sound, and then you repeat the word, and then you so that you can sound, so that you can be easy to understand when you talk, when you use your voice. Right. So and by the way, I didn't
even know that's how they did that.
Yeah, and then I never got an accent because I grew up in a deaf family, and I grew up in Mount Vernon, outside the Bronx, and I noticed that every time, like, have you ever called your best friend and someone picks up the phone, you think it's your best friend, and it could be somebody of the opposite sex in the same family, but they've all learned how to pick up the phone and go, mellow, and do that little nuance.
Yeah.
Sure.
And without that lesson going on in my house, without anybody talking, I just had an open canvas to learn how to start speaking. So I started watching TV, and I copied all the voices I heard on TV, and I was always able to mimic any kind of voice.
That's whenever I call you, you answer the phone, cello. Like it's JJ from Good Time.
Motherfucker.
Cello. Let me ask you a question. You do sign language really well, right?
Decent, like spell a lot of stuff
Does
out.
that give you like an in, like with deaf chicks? Did you bang a lot of deaf chicks?
No, I never.
One deaf girl in college, I did.
Yeah. And
I've told you that story before.
And it was hot, right?
Hot.
Because she had no
inhibitions,
no filter, just making like animal noises, like
grunting, a lot of grunts, and a lot of fucking. She was strong as shit.
I couldn't. Wow.
She was fighting you.
No, I mean like strong, like she was on top riding. Nigga.
Okay.
She didn't have. I'm like, you're gonna grind me into nothing. I was only $1.10 or some shit like that.
But you can't tell a sex story and say she was strong as shit.
Boy, because she take a punch. I mean, I knocked most of the teeth out. Most of the teeth fell out, but.
She finally got me when she pulled out the mace.
She couldn't hear me coming. Popped right inside the head.
Squeeze on legs, motherfucker.
Really?
Grind me, motherfucker.
Everyone
on top squeeze. Like you on top, so your legs not around. It's just your legs on a bed squeeze, and I couldn't move.
Everyone in my neighborhood had a really thick accent in Mount Vernon. Everybody sounded like Tracy Morgan. That's why it's the easiest voice to do. Because
everybody in the Bronx talk like this, whether you black or white.
That's right.
Male or female. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Holy shit.
He was just doing George Steinbrenner.
Sherrod is one of the guys that always be like, man, come on, that Tracy Morgan is terrible.
That's pretty good.
I'm being told we got to take a break. We got to catch up a little bit, right, Eric? We're a little behind. Okay.
Mad
Who
Cuban.
has a plug? What do you Cuban restaurants? Go.
I'm opening a new restaurant in Madison, New Jersey, Pop's Diner.
I'm in.
Yeah, come on and eat.
You know I'm coming.
And then Marie's, I mean, you guys got to come. If Rich Voss is the only fucking guy that came to my restaurant, I'm closing it.
Well, at least Bonnie came too.
Bonnie's awesome.
I feel like I'm imposing though.
Well, how are you imposing?
I don't know. I want to go
I
down
come
there.
to your house, you come to my house.
All right, I'll come down there.
It's free. That's big. That's big with the missus.
Yeah.
Especially during holidays. Come eat for free.
I got to get over there.
It's free for Opie.
What kind of train ride are we
For me.
talking from here?
35 minutes.
So I jump on a train, I'm eating in an hour from right now?
Yeah.
Strong. Let's go, Sherrod.
My girlfriend grew up right around there, Randolph.
All right, let's go.
All right, bet. I'm D. I'm down.
right,
I'm
we'll try
down.
Sherrod, what do you got real fast?
Oh yeah, Race Wars. The tour starts January 18th at DC Improv, and then I think I'm at Poughkeepsie like January 28th or some shit. But yeah, Race Wars tour. Check the tour.
When's that voice coming back?
Yeah, it's back and forth. See, it's in
That's
and out.
crazy. And Craig Gass, who's going to be with, by the way, be with us all week. He asked, and I said, "Fuck yeah!"
I'll be doing a Seahawks themed comedy show in Seattle on January 20th at the Kirkland Performance Center, and then Super Bowl weekend in Houston, where the Super Bowl is. I'll be doing a show at the Comedy Showcase there, Joke Joint Comedy Showcase. All the info's at getgas.com. Get Gas, 2 S's.
A Seahawks themed comedy show, wasn't it? That last football game?
Yeah, that was a tough one. That was a tough one. I've seen a lot worse. I've been a fan for a long time.
I liked it. Oh, back with Craig Gass, who's going to be with us all week. Couldn't be happier about that.
What happened to Sherrod?
Sherrod is probably smoking, which is kind of stupid.
His throat's all fucked up.
I think people are noticing that Sherrod's voice is pretty fucked up today.
I am guessing that people didn't even realize that was Sherrod when he first came on, because he doesn't sound at all like himself. It's starting to come around.
They're
What's
calling him Buster Rhymes.
Buster Rhymes.
He also sounds like when Cameo does that part in Word Up.
Word Up. Very nice.
Plenty of Keith
Motherfucker.
Who else?
Plenty of Keith Robinson.
Yeah, Keith
tweets.
Robinson. There was a couple others.
The beard, the
from
mustache.
Simpsons.
Who?
He's one of the aliens from The Simpsons that James Earl Jones used to play.
Wow.
That's a bit obscure, but very good. There was something I want to read to you here. Let me see. Hold on a minute.
Sherrod could be a great motivational speaker.
When men start to look like old lesbians, it's the real Dvorak theory.
Is that what they're saying about Gastineau?
Vasectomy. Don't do it. They're saying if you get a vasectomy, you could start looking like an old lesbian or like Mark Gastineau.
Oh, that's what it did.
Why would a vasectomy do that shit
Push
to
your
you?
testosterone. It cuts down your... Where's Dr. Steve?
Were you smoking with your voice like that?
No. No.
Does he get all shifty-eyed?
It's all right. It's medical.
All the virgins were downstairs. They're all going to go see Star Wars.
So Craig Gass wants to.
Yeah, I wanted to go see Star Wars.
I wanted to go too.
I wanted to go.
I guess so. I met the dude from the movie in this building.
Yeah.
From the Star
Spanish
Wars
guy. I smoked outside with him last week.
Star Wars guy?
The Rogue One guy, right?
Yeah.
Did you get high with him?
He was like this, and I was like, I got a lighter. I was like, I know the walk. The international.
I need some shit.
I need a light.
I need a light.
You ever get high with somebody famous?
Yeah,
Besides
many.
comics?
Yeah.
Like who?
Many people.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to name names.
I don't want to name names. I don't know.
Well, do people know they smoke? Like, is it like Seth Rogen?
Well, yeah.
Oh, high, like with weed.
I mean, one person I started smoking. Broke her through.
Oh, really?
Brought it to the green side.
Ooh. I'm going to guess Amy Schumer.
No. Not a comic. Not a comedian.
comic.
A-lister?
A-lister.
A-lister.
And you were the one that brought him to the green side.
Brought him to the green side, baby.
And she's now smoking regularly.
She smokes occasionally now.
Okay, and people know she smokes.
No.
Oh, people don't?
I don't know. I don't think people.
Are you
Well,
gonna
some
give
people
the-
might know.
are you gonna give
her
the
sister
answer?
smokes a lot.
You're going to give the answer.
Helen Mirren.
But she never smoked with her sister. I would fuck the shit out of Helen Mirren.
Would you really?
Right
she's
now, today,
sexy.
in front of you. In front of you, I
Sexy.
would.
How old is Helen Mirren?
80.
Who cares?
You do it for the story? Is that why you would do it?
No,
I do it
she's
for the pussy.
she was sexy for the longest of times.
Yeah, she'll still get it.
Look, I'll tell you which
I
ones.
don't. Yeah, I don't see. We're looking at
Yes.
images. That's kind of. Yeah, that's
Yes,
sexy.
I'd go-
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll still smush it.
Yes. You haven't shown me a
Look at
bad
those
one
little
yet.
nips, Come on, man.
All right, Sherrod. Sherrod,
Goddamn.
the famous woman whose life you've ruined. Is she an actress?
She's acted. She's
active, but she's not known as an actress.
not known.
She's known as a
but-
singer.
Yeah, kid.
Jennifer Lopez.
Wait, and a sister.
Jennifer Lopez. I'm guessing Jennifer.
Jennifer Lopez.
He won't
has
even
a
look at me.
sister.
He won't even look at me.
No, who do you say?
I said Jennifer Lopez.
No, she was a smoker already when we placed.
Oh, Oh, wow. Sherrod
Allegedly.
is smoked up with people.
Wait, a singer with a sister.
Singer with a sister.
You know the story already. I told you the story.
I don't know if I know this
Did you
one.
say it on the air?
I think I might have.
All right.
Said it on the air before.
All right.
How do I know this? I should know this? I'm forgetting?
Singer.
Yeah.
A-lister. Oh, Brittany. No.
Close.
Brittany, Christina.
No. Cold.
Brittany.
Wait, Brittany's close.
Brittany's close.
It's in the same like era.
But Christina's the
Jessica
same.
Simpson?
How did? Oh, wow. Really?
Of course, I know that.
Thank you.
He has a connection.
Yeah.
You
I
banged her?
should have got that one.
You banged her, didn't you? Jessica, you hit that.
Did you bang her dad?
Definitely. I actually hung out with her pops a few times. That girl. But I'm not saying that's her.
But she
Eric.
never smoked before? She never smoked before? No kidding.
You totally banged her, didn't you?
This was years ago. This was, come on, man.
That was John Mayer years
This
ago.
was a decade ago.
Oh, John Mayer. Oh, yeah.
John Mayer connection.
Sherrod's got some great stories with John
I met John Mayer here. He's a good-looking dude.
He's a handsome guy.
Fucking dreamboat.
Loves comedy.
We had some times.
Sherrod, I know you can't give a completely honest answer, but how was his stand-up? I know that...
It was good.
Yeah?
It was good. Yeah,
It wasn't bad.
Yeah?
Because it was honest, so it was good.
Yeah.
It was funny as shit. People liked him.
He knew.
But he knew he wasn't a stand-up.
Was his point of view like, I'm famous? And
no, it's like every musician, in between every song, is doing 2 to 3 jokes.
True.
So he just took a compilation of all those in-between songs and fucking did them in a row.
And made a set.
Yeah.
And you would help? Would you help him with the set?
Yeah, I would say like this and that, funny or
You move things around a little bit.
Yeah.
Tweak it, right?
switch it around.
Yeah. I got to grab this call really fast. Paul in New Jersey. Go ahead, Paul.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
We're killing it today.
Hey, Sherrod.
Yes.
Hi, Daddy. We know someone who told me who knows you weren't really sick last week, but had the gender reassignment service.
That's
survey.
right. That's right. I have my dick reassigned into my own asshole.
That's what it sounds like.
I need a room, man. I'm in a studio apartment, goddammit. I need to move some shit around.
My own ass.
I got to feng shui my shit.
Yes, Paul.
Hey, Opie.
Yes.
A couple weeks ago, you were talking about the fans tailgating in the Buffalo Bills parking lot.
No one better at tailgating than the Buffalo Bills fans. No one.
The vodka
There's a new video that came. There's a new video from yesterday that came to light.
Yeah.
You can look it up on deadspin.com. Hopefully your screener put it up already.
We already got it. Wait, I got to explain a couple things here. No one does it better than Bills fans. Give me one other team that tailgates harder than Bills fans.
They're the best. They have the best food and stuff. But that's because they don't have to concentrate on the fucking game.
The ones
even when they were killing it in the old days, they were great at tailgating.
The ones I remember are the couple both wearing starter jackets, fucking in the parking lot. Right, that's one. And then the butt chug. Right, isn't the butt chug the Bills fans?
Oh, the Raiders are up there too. The Raiders might be the West Coast Buffalo Bills as far as tailgating.
So what's this new video?
This one is. You really want to see this? This is brutal.
Is it gross?
No, it's not brutal. It's not graphic.
What is it?
Go ahead,
All right.
Paul.
If you go to
Here we go.
Oh, you got it.
All right, pause it for a second.
Okay.
Pause, because we got to explain what's going on. So you got a Bills fan
man.
on top of a car in a snowy parking lot,
Minivan.
and he's about to go through a table. They love going through tables up there.
There's a
in
table on the
Buffalo
ground.
Country. Yes.
Okay.
All right, watch this.
Oh my God. Oh, that's got to be his knees. That's his knees. Oh, it is his knees. Oh, it is his knees.
Oh, it's up the back. It's coming up the back.
No.
Is that it coming up the back?
Breaks his leg jumping from the top of the car.
Oh shit!
What a fucking idiot! I thought he was going to go belly first.
Oh no!
Hold on, Paul.
Oh my God!
Yeah, go ahead, Paul.
Opie, you got to describe it that he landed not on his ass and trying to break it with his side, but he jumped straight up and landed on his feet.
He tried to keep his legs straight and go through the table
because he didn't know what he was doing.
He's drunk and he's cheering for the Bills.
And he broke his leg. Yeah, you're supposed to land on your. Thank you, Paul.
Paul, that was definitely worth it.
Jeez.
Okay, bye, Daddy.
All right.
Wow.
What an asshole. The bone was coming out the back?
There are some regrettable moments after a bad drinking day that you'll go like, oh, man, why did I do that? But Jesus.
That guy's not
Enough
moving.
about my kid.
But this.
That leg don't look good. They don't like the Ryan brothers up there.
Oh, there's another angle.
They've had it with the Ryan brothers, too.
Oh, really?
Oh, they're calling for their heads.
You're right about
A totally different angle on Instagram. A completely
career ending.
We got to explain. I didn't see that angle. I saw the other.
There goes his job at PSC&G.
Oh, now yeah. All right, everyone.
Oh, man.
You gotta repost that.
Fucking night.
Man.
Was that was above his knee, right?
Everything's broken.
Everything.
Above
It's
his
shattered
knee,
in.
but
It's like he
it
fell
was
out of a
above his
helicopter.
knee.
When it snapped?
Was moving like his knee.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that above his knee or
That was
below?
his thigh.
Everything's gone.
Watch the flop.
Everything's gone.
That's above his knee.
It looked like a fucking dinosaur tail. With a boot on.
Somebody put a boot on a dinosaur tail.
The best part of it is
Wow.
the pride he feels on top of the car and the shame that's covering his face laying on the car.
I didn't see this angle. He's like, oh, fuck me.
Oh, boy. You should have landed on your ass.
Yep.
That's above his fucking knee.
How's he going to
He's
get up
moving
from
like a
mom's
knee.
basement after that? He's going to be stuck down there for months.
And every one of these guys encouraging him to do it are like, all right, let's go to the game. They're just leaving him behind. Like, the guys are it's people getting closer to him with their camera phones to get better shots of his pain.
I would kick his leg to see if he's okay.
It's always a bad situation when somebody's got to put down their red Solo cup to see if you're all right. That's a drunken injury.
Oh, the flop of the leg is the worst.
No one touched my beer. I got to go check him out. I'd give that leg a tap right about there. Tap.
Oh, man. That's the worst. That's worse than on the field injury.
Yeah, no, he's done.
All right, I got
The pain alone.
I got another one coming in. Ed in Boston. Ed, go ahead.
Hey, boys, how's it going? Hey, Sherrod.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you could sing a few bars from Private Dancer by Tina Turner.
Yes.
That's a great call.
I'm a private dancer. I dance off for money. I do what you want me to do. I'm your private dancer.
Sherrod killing it with the Tina Turner.
Fucking guys are talented.
Natural voice.
There's a lot of talent in here.
Wow.
I love it.
Sherrod's getting a show on TBS.
Where you want, Raggedy Man, motherfucker? Do full Tina. That's Thunderdome, right? He's a Raggedy Man.
That's a great impression. Motherfucker.
Oh, shit.
I was just saying before you came back in here that you'd be a great counselor. I feel like you get right to the heart of shit and you can help people straight. You'd be like, if anyone should be a life coach, it's you.
I'd be like this. You got to stop drinking. What's that? Get off the crack. What about you? You got to kill your parents. It's clear that you got to kill your parents.
It's clear. What were the name of those two rich-ass Spanish kids?
The Menendez brothers.
God, we were so proud of them in the Spanish community. They were like, oh, fuck.
It was two black brothers in Atlanta who tried to do the same thing. They poisoned their parents first, put them on sleeping pills, then tried to kill them. Stab them. And then they got caught, though. The mother made it to the bathroom or something, called on the phone, and they tried to burn the house down with them in it. Fuck.
Dude, how about, you go through life and you give birth to your own fucking killer.
Yeah.
In your house.
Like 17 and 20.
I see it happen. My kid looks at me fucking weird, bro.
Really?
Sizing you up?
Already sizing you up.
I think he's the one.
Yeah.
Every Dateline.
Count down the days.
Every
I
date.
walk in, he's like, hey, Carl. I'm like,
Really?
that ain't going good.
Every Dateline or 48 Hours when they say they do it like a courtroom drama. When we come back, a surprise enters the courtroom. You go, and I got 2 minutes to get my chocolate milk and be like, oh, this is gonna be fucking awesome. This is gonna be great. Like I love.
You're a fan of Dateline?
Dateline. I am a fan of watching
shows.
I'm a fan of watching people lie. Right. I love Cops. Cops is my favorite show. There was an episode of Cops where this guy, this might be, for me, one of the best moments, not only in TV, but one of the best moments of my life, because I laughed so hard when this guy, it starts out with this cop saying, all right, so we're responding to a domestic that apparently took place in this field over here, and he gets out with his flashlight and he's walking through the field, and up ahead, you see a middle-aged black couple. The woman turns around, her mouth is covered in blood, top row of teeth are missing, bottom row of teeth are cracked. This guy just assaulted her. And the cop comes up and goes, all right, what's going on here? And the woman turns around and starts telling exactly what's going on. Right. And then the guy jumps into the frame and goes, wait, hold on a sec. You better tell him the truth. I'll knock you the fuck out. He says it on camera. And the cop goes, whoa, ma'am, do me a favor. Sit in the hood of my car. All right. And he's got a flashlight on the other guy. And he goes, all right, so you're so eager to tell me your side of the story. What's going on? And he goes, look, I ain't gonna lie. Because she pushed me. Yeah, she pushed me. So what? She pushed me. But then, she assaulted me after I pushed her back. And the cop goes, she assaulted you? And he goes, yeah, she assaulted me. And the cop goes, with what? And he goes, her face, and I farted. I laughed so hard that I farted. She assaulted me with her face.
That's like fucking Fred Sanford talking to Aunt Esther.
Yeah, that's the best laugh I've ever had. I just heard an explosion come out of my body, and I had just farted.
Can we find that clip? It is the internet.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's
was it Cops?
It was Cops.
Did they arrest the motherfucker?
And they arrested him. Good. My second favorite episode, I still want to meet this guy.
What would be a search for that one? Because we're going to try to find that out.
She assaulted me with her face. Cops assaulted me with her face.
All right, we'll try to find it. Go ahead, Craig.
And the second favorite episode was an episode in Indianapolis. I want to meet this guy. This was an old school Cops clip. You know, in the old school clips, they still fuck people up a little bit, even though they're on camera. They would like, you know, there was some shit going on that was illegal that was caught on camera. And I imagine that
it was fair. It was like illegal to throw a fair one with your fucking suspect.
Yeah,
they could fight a fair one.
Yeah, and so there was one episode in an old school version of Cops where they said, we're responding to a robbery that took place in the strip mall. It was Indianapolis, Indiana. And I've actually said on the air, if you know this person, I want to meet him. They roll up behind the strip mall, and there's this skinny white guy. He's got to be, he looks like he's 6'4", 6'5", maybe 180 pounds. He's just scrawny. And the cop rolls up and says, sir, are you the one who called about the robbery? And he goes, yeah. And he's crying. He's bawling. And the cop gets out and he goes, all right, sir, just tell me what's going on. He goes, I'm locking up my work, and I'm done for the night.
Oh, my God.
And I didn't see this guy walk up to me. This gentleman came up to me from behind and said, and forgive my language, but he said, give me your goddamn money. That's what he said. And I said, sir, I don't want any problems from you. And then that gentleman over there grabbed me from behind. The camera pans over. There's a black guy laying in a pool of blood. You know those concrete slabs in parking lots that you bump your tire up against when you park in the parking lot? He's in between two of those, completely knocked out and covered in blood. There's a pool of blood around him. And he points to this other guy and goes, when that guy grabbed me from behind, and I'm a 5th grade black belt, okay?
Oh, this is great.
And when he touched me, I just... And he starts crying, and the cop goes, sir, are you okay? And he goes, I'm fine. I'm going to need some new shoes. They pan down to his sneakers.
Blood.
Every time he shifts his body weight from his left foot to his right foot, blood is squishing out of his sneakers.
Jesus.
He fucked that guy up so bad that his sneakers are so saturated in blood, he's squishing blood out of his sneakers.
Killer.
And he feels horrible about it. He's like, I didn't want to have to fuck him up, but I did. I'm sorry.
That is beautiful to me.
He is the most well put together human being I've ever seen. Like, he doesn't want to fuck you up.
Yeah, that's how I am.
If you push him,
I cry when I beat people up. I literally cry myself, tears, but I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Motherfucker.
Because I don't want to do this. I don't want to be this person.
I gotta beat this
person. Right?
You made me have to be this person.
I'm too small. I'm cheap shot Carl. I'll shake your hand. I'm sorry about that. Walk away. Next thing you know, fucking shopping cart to the head. Boom. I've never fought someone face to face.
I used to fuck guys up pretty bad. Now I can crush some Krispy Kreme. Oh yeah, oh boy.
Yeah. I am obsessed with watching people lie, and the fact that there are people around us who are thinking about killing any of us, and that they try to get away with it, it's crazy to me. So when I can have the satisfaction of even like autopsy, it's like, all right, the person is gone. We don't know who did this, but because of the way the body is laying and because of the way the blood is splattered, we can already tell you a bunch of things about what's going on here, and that eliminates a whole bunch of people. And then we can narrow it down to this, narrow it down to that, and they can find the person. That is so satisfying to me to be able to capture.
You love Dr. Barton. You ever watch his show?
I love Dr. Barton.
I spend a lot of time with him.
You have?
Yes, I did a Red Eye with him 1,000,000 times, but we did a bunch of TV shows together.
Wait, did he ever invite you in for his job?
To see it face to face?
I didn't want
to see the actual bodies.
Where
and
he pulls out a maggot and he can tell you everything that happened.
He's smart as shit. He's smart as shit.
Wow.
There's a smart dude.
Can I tell you the greatest episode of Dateline ever? And this is a woman. I want to know.
I don't know if you can.
This is the one. I want to know what the fuck happened to this woman. There was a story that was a Dateline episode was repackaged into something called Mysteries and Scandals. I saw it late night in a hotel room in Salt Lake City. It was on, I think, MSNBC or CNBC, one of those.
Right.
But it was an old Dateline episode. There was a guy who, in his 50s, in the 90s, discovers the internet and starts learning how to use chat rooms. And he starts going into chat rooms and he starts making friends. He's kind of lonely and makes friends with a hot girl. Really hot. She's 18, 19 years old, but there's nothing sexual about the conversation.
There's just Roland Campos.
This is there's nothing sexual about the conversation. They're just having friendly conversation. But he lies to her. She says, "Oh, so how old are you?" And he goes, "I'm 20." And she goes, "Oh, what do you do?" And he goes, I'm in the military." And he actually was in the military when he was younger, but he got discharged because he had some kind of physical disability. But he was yeller. He was yeller. But he always wanted to serve his country. So in this chat room, he starts acting out a fantasy life with this girl and starts lying to her. And she goes, "Well, what's it like? Yeah. Have you ever been to Kuwait?" He goes, "Oh yeah, what's it like?" "Oh, it's amazing. I love my country. I love fighting." So he just makes up this whole bullshit thing. But there's nothing sexual about it that's going on. But he left this chat on one night in whatever room he was doing his chats with.
Right.
His wife comes in, sees this whole conversation going on, and she uploads a photo of the family and says, "Hey, just so you know, the guy that you're talking to is the 50-year-old man in the middle of this picture. That's my husband, and these are my kids. So whatever he's telling you is a fucking lie." But there was nothing sexual about it. It was just embarrassing for the guy. So he's like, and so the girl says, "All right, so who are you really?" And he goes, "Well, I'm in my 50s and I'm married. My kids are grown up and they're out of the house, and I just discovered how to use the internet. And but there's a kid I work with at this warehouse, and he told me how to get into chat rooms. And he's your age, and he's really into the internet." And she goes, "Oh, well, what's he like?" She starts asking a bunch of questions. He flips out and says, "Hey, don't ask about that kid, okay? You have no idea how close he came to dying. All I would have had to done this morning is pull the trigger, and he'd be fucking dead right now." And she goes, "Whoa, what are you? Wait a minute. First of all, you call this number right now and talk to my mom because she's upset with you, and you need to talk to her." And he goes, "Look, I'm sorry." And she goes, "No, you call this number." He calls the number. This lady answers and goes, "Listen, I don't know who the fuck you are, but you don't threaten my daughter." And he goes, "I'm sorry. I just was." And she goes, "I don't care what your problem is. Don't talk to my daughter." Hangs up, and the guy's like, "All right," and he chills for a couple months. And then in the chat room, the cute 19-year-old pops back in and says, "Hey, how are you?" He's like, "I'm doing all right." And she goes, "I'm sorry that that happened." And he's like, "I'm sorry for what I said." And then she says, "The fact of the matter is, I am in love with you." And he says, "I'm in love with you too."
Oh, fuck.
And now they start ramping it up, and it starts getting sexual. And then she starts telling him, "Hey, you know what you need to do? You need to get a MySpace page, because MySpace is this cool thing. You can get friends, and here's how it works, and you can get your top friends." And he's like, "Really?" So he starts looking at her MySpace page,
Yeah.
And she has her top 4 friends. One of the friends is that kid he works with at the warehouse. So he goes back to work the next day, takes out a gun, and shoots the kid in the back of the head and kills him.
What the
fuck? The cops come in. They realize, okay, he's communicating with a woman in another state. So the feds get involved. They go and visit they go to find the girl in the other state. They knock on the door. This older lady answers, and they said, listen, we have a problem. There's a gentleman who's been communicating with your daughter, and he killed somebody today. And the lady says, yeah, I know all about it because I'm the one who's been talking to him the entire time.
Catfish
She's a 50-something-year-old lady who is pretending to be her daughter and is taking sexy pictures of her daughter when her daughter is unaware. Her daughter's in the backyard. There's one profile picture she had. Her daughter's in the backyard picking up the puppy, and her underwear sticking out a little bit from the back of her shorts, and she takes a picture of her ass cracked and posts it and says, what do you think, boys? And everyone's like, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh my God.
And she's pretending to be her daughter to talk to young boys. And she did not do any jail time because she didn't do anything illegal.
Right.
And her daughter finds out. Her daughter has disowned her, and the guy is in prison. Wow. And the story ends up with that the mom says she's going to write a book about the dangers of the internet. She's the danger of the internet.
Of course.
And the sexy.
Yeah.
Was she hot?
Wow.
No, not that. Her daughter was hot. Her daughter was really attractive, but yeah, it was two 50-year-old people pretending to be young.
Is that MySpace still up? Is that page still up?
Well, that
I'm asking for a friend.
Carl. That's so.
MySpace is a company still up.
When was MySpace? So MySpace was like 2004, 2005. So that's when the murder happened around then. So
wow. All right, I would watch that Dateline.
That's a good one.
Well, you don't normally like Dateline?
Wow. It's on weird like Saturday nights.
I like to catch it late night.
It's all getting dark. Yeah, it's on at a weird time.
Yeah, like Fridays at like 10 or something.
When it's like dark. You know what I mean? Like, just like there's nothing going on, and then you turn on the TV, you can't find anything to watch, and it's always Dateline.
I get addicted to it. As soon as I turn to the zone, I go like, it's record, because I'm going to watch 5 minutes, and then want to watch the whole thing.
And they got creepy voice guy. What happened?
Sometimes Lester Holt does it, too. He does the in-between.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, it's all about the announcer.
Yeah.
I'm hooked.
With the twists and the turns.
Yeah.
I love seeing people get caught. And that's why the whole Making a Murderer was like just a flip on the entire concept of a murder mystery. It was, that
thing was amazing.
See, as a Latin person, I like watching people get away with shit.
Really?
I like the complete opposite.
Like what? Like what kind
movies like where the bad guy wins. It's for me the best fucking movies in the world.
Oh well, yeah.
So you like Dateline like to this day?
But what do they get away?
Like when it's like American Greed, and at the end it's like, and we never find. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. Run like the wind, bitch. That's what I'm talking about.
So you're a fan of like?
I'm a fan.
You're a fan of like Milken from the 80s.
Yeah, when they caught Madoff, my heart broke. I was like, you were right there. You were on third base, dude.
They get lazy.
I love when they get away with shit like that.
That is good.
Every once in a while, you get an American Greed where the guy, he's on a beach just chilling. I'm like, good for you, man.
But the human behavior is that you get lazy and you start like thinking, I could make it.
The real good ones, they don't. They're hungry all the way to the end. I mean, it's great.
What
to
are the
watch.
crimes you like people getting away with?
Everything. Everything.
If you're stealing money from a bank, I'm pulling for the guy who still robbed the bank.
Bank to me, it's not a
low-level guy, though.
No,
not these Wall Street guys.
No, not the Wall Street dudes. No, I'm talking about if you go in the bank and say, give me the money and run. Yes.
Oh, I'm a huge
fan. And you're
fan
in
of that.
with a paper bag of money. I'm
I like
good.
everything.
As long as they're not shooting their way out of the bank.
Yeah,
and
no guns.
No guns, but that guy in Queens that robbed 3 or 4 and they can't figure out who it is.
Yes.
I'm a fan of that.
I'm a fan from that all the way to like Ocean's 11. I love it all.
You love all
right, how about this story? Thank you, Paul. Man blows $1 million on car strippers and cocaine.
Shelly guy. This is one of my favorite guys in the whole world.
So there's a bank glitch. I know this story. So he realizes, holy fuck, I got a lot of money. So he goes on a spending spree and they go down again. It was cocaine, hookers, he bought a car.
And Austin Martin, nice one too.
And then the bank realizes, there was a glitch.
2 years later.
2 years later.
2 years later.
Customer years later.
Yes.
2 years later. This guy's fucked.
You gotta pay it
he's
back?
not.
This guy's fucked.
He doesn't.
Story.
He's not fucked.
He'll be fine.
He's out in 4.
He'll be fine.
But he was slapped with a 4-year jail term. That's
nothing.
Oh, come on.
If he kept the money, it's nothing.
Yeah, if he kept the
if
money,
he hit the money somewhere, it's nothing.
He's like, look, every dude in the world.
4-year
is
jail
like, that's
term
what I
last
would
year
do,
after
right?
the banking
He did
glitch
it.
came to light. Ward 29 went free last week after winning an appeal of his conviction on the grounds that his actions were not deceptive.
There you go.
Boom. He's off. I'm talking about that guy.
He's off.
Not all heroes wear capes, my friend.
So how much time did he end up doing? Oh, there's more. He is now broke and living with his mother.
Yeah, jail's nothing when you're broke.
In
It's
Wales,
the same shit.
ironically, while studying to become a criminal lawyer. But he told the Daily Telegraph he did not miss his lavish multi-millionaire lifestyle, besides the cocaine, the strippers, and fast cars.
Yeah, they couldn't blame him for that.
He had a couple of good years,
He had a
though,
good run, man.
That's
I
a
had
good
times
run.
I overdraft my account knowing that I was overdrafting. Still went to the bank and was like this, y'all gotta take off that $35 fee. I don't know what's up. And they take it off every time.
And you fight it until they do it?
I'll fight it till they do it. So 1.3, I would fight that shit. Is Keisha here? Keisha the one who... Is Keisha here? She was the bank teller when I came in.
Fuck, that's our music. We got to get out of here.
Shit.
Craig Gass will be here all week. What a start, Craig.
That is fun, man. Sorry to start out with a sad story, but
I like the sad stuff on the radio. Not everything has to be an outright laugh.
That's a brutal story, but when we were talking about Gleason, it kind of went that way.
Well, if you weren't listening, listen to the replay. It's going to start in a couple minutes. We start sad, but man,
heavy
the
with
sad and heavy
Gleason.
was pretty damn good.
It's the truth. It's honesty.
I'm going to be
where you going to be?
Seattle. I'm coming back to Seattle January 20th at the Kirkland Performance Center, and Super Bowl weekend in Houston, where the Super Bowl is going to be at. I'll be there that weekend at the Comedy Showcase. All the info is at getgas.com. Get Gas with 2 S's, and all the links to social media is there too.
Matt Cuban, what do you got?
Come to Marie's in Chatham.
Yes.
Come and eat. Please don't make Rich Voss the only guy to come.
Chatham.
I'll go.
Rich didn't bring Bonnie?
Sherrod's coming.
Damn right.
Don't tell anyone in Jersey you do those fucking impressions. You won't be able to eat. Those retards will bother you the whole fucking
All right, cool. I'm in.
And thanks for the tart, you.
Sarah Moulton.
Tarted it up. Sherrod Small.
Yes, Race Wars, first tour date, December 18th, DC Improv. Then I'll be in Poughkeepsie on January 28th. And then, Fox fucking New Year's Eve shit, too.
All right, we're going to...
New Year's Eve, live in Times Square.
I just started...
Live in Times Square?
Yeah.
I just started Facebook Live. We're going to do a couple minutes on the Facebook Live post show. Give that to Sherrod. I got to do a live read. Join us on Facebook for a little post show action. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye!